This is Braun Strowman, the monster among men, and you're listening to the Pop Culture Podcast with your host, Rob!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a very special WrestleMania 37 edition of the PCP. We're already off to a good start with the all-star stellar panel. Of course, we have to introduce the return of the Vacc Attack is back, Jack, and now vaccinated. Please welcome back to the show, the human wrestling encyclopedia himself, Mr. Michael Vacc. What's up, bro? How are you?
How you doing? There it is right there.
How you feeling?
Just so we know, I'm feeling pretty good. Here's my PSA. Let's everybody get out there, get vaccinated if you can, because, it's all in this. Let's get packed houses again for wrestling shows, live wrestling shows.
I just want to see Bill. Bill. And speaking of which, let's introduce him. The formal introduction. He is hashtag Lay, editor-in-chief of the popbreak.com. He is also vaccinated. He is hashtag Dad Instincts, our good friend, Mr. Bill Bodkin. Bill, what up, bro? How are you?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. And I just want to say, whoa, WrestleMania.
I love the retro one.
And
Yes.
I was so mad. I had that joke planned for 2 weeks. And then the guys from the We Watch Wrestling podcast dropped it on their Instagram yesterday. I was like, oh.
Early to mid-90s theme, yes.
Still counting it.
Dug it.
I'm still counting it. And please welcome back to the show. She is hashtag the goodest sister. You know her from Kimmy Talks Wrestling and RDB Promotions. Please welcome back Miss Kimmy So Cool. Kimmy, what's up? Welcome back. How are you?
Does it count that my dad got vaccinated today so we could keep the vaccinated thing going?
That's awesome to hear. That's good to hear.
But I'm very
the
excited.
sell from Rob on that was like, that's great.
Yeah.
Awesome. Good time.
No, it is. No, it really is.
No, it's like the have your pet spayed or neutered
They're
thing.
like, cool. Let's talk about Sunday Night Heat. All right.
No, not at all. It is a big deal, guys. And obviously the biggest thing for me, Bill obviously getting vaccinated, which is huge to me. My dad getting vaccinated. That's the biggest thing. That's why I've been so careful and not seen a lot of y'all for a while. So that's like a huge stepping stone. So that's really good. Yeah. And it's good to see hopefully some normalcy. And more importantly, let's get into this not more importantly, but let's get into this WrestleMania 37 card where I'm most excited, regardless of what you think about the card, is just seeing the return of the fans. Like we've seen some fans
I'm more
in NXT.
excited to do this podcast about WrestleMania than WrestleMania.
I agree.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm so excited to see just the fans return because even on the indies, like you could see the lack of fans and how that kind of changed everything. So think about these performers that are used to performing in front of thousands and, now being in front of the Thunderdome. We saw what a difference that made. But real quick, I just want to say the thing I'm most excited for is to see how some of these superstars react to not only their entrances with the fans, but the movesets, the matches. This is what also makes a great match, and it shows how important the fans are. So that's the thing I'm most excited for.
This is a huge societal moment, too. And I'm being very serious when I say, let me take off my glasses to show how serious I am.
Yeah.
Because this is going to be one of the largest mass gatherings outside of, I guess, the Texas Rangers have full capacity. But this is one of the, for states that have social distancing, this is one of the biggest mass gatherings over 2 days. So this is a huge moment. Like if we can get through this, much like we did the Super Bowl with little to no cases, like that's a big moment for the country, like legitimately. Yeah. And remember, this is also the first time for a lot of these wrestlers in their personas. The first time Roman Reigns as a heel in front of a live crowd.
Cannot wait to hear the response on that.
First time Edge is in a wrestling match, a non-Royal Rumble match, in front of a live crowd. It's going to be wild.
Yeah, very, very well said. I'm hoping Drew gets some sort of reception, if he does end up winning. We'll get into that in a little bit, man. But very well said, Bill. But guys, we have a lot of ground to cover here. Let's get right into it. We'll keep it moving. We got TakeOver in a little bit. So I'm going to just get my rant out of the way right now. Get your rants in. And real quick, we see that they have moved some of the matches to SmackDown. Now, in my mind, short and sweet, you want to be in front of the fans like we just talked about, right? WrestleMania is so big that we have increased it to 2 nights. Now, obviously, I know there's networks and things involved and all that kind of stuff, but the fact that we have the Andre Battle Royale, a WrestleMania tradition, and another way to get these guys on the card on SmackDown is, to me, not so great. And then, more importantly, you have the opportunity to have, yes, my guy, yes, being very biased on that. We all know that. Let's get that out of the way. Rey Mysterio
Rey
and
Mysterio.
his son, Dominic, to win the SmackDown Tag Team titles, but it's not going to be in front of a live audience. I'm not saying they're going to win, but you do have that opportunity to have a father-son moment. Remember that pop they got when they both double 619 Brock Lesnar? I go on and on. That was one of the biggest pops I've heard in such a long time. It was very organic. We need more moments like that. This is a huge misstep in my mind. I know, again, being very, very biased on that. That being said, for that match, and you guys can all make a prediction on that one, I'm almost hoping it's not Rey and Dominic, and I want them to have that moment, but I want it to be in front of the fans. I'll just go.
Who else is in that match? It's a
4-way, so it's
Rudolph,
Otis, and Chad, Street Profits, and then father and son duo.
Los Mysterios.
Yeah, who's
Mysterio?
Who's winning this one?
Me first.
Yeah,
All
go ahead.
right. I kind of go on with you because unfortunately, the father-son combo is going to win the belts.
And they're all about those moments.
No, it is a moment, and you know what?
It is. It doesn't.
It sucks for the fans. Like you're saying,
I'll be happy, but
yeah, it'll be a moment for them. You know, Dominic and Rey will get emotional in the ring together. And
I guess that's what it's really about.
They're gonna be happy.
really
Like,
is,
Dominic, to his credit, look,
Don't give him a pass, Rob. Don't give him a pass. This is a missed moment. Like,
But
first off, you haven't built it. Well, first off, they haven't built that whole father-son moment like they did with Brock Lesnar. They haven't built it to that.
That's fair.
It's just like, basically Dominic Mysterio is just like, cool, you're not Eric Watts, but you're close. They just are like, that's the joke no one would get except for me, and that's who it's for. And they haven't built it up where it's like, we want to see that father-son moment, really.
Right.
It's just, these are tag matches that happen. And like, so that WrestleMania moment you want,
It's not organic. Okay.
It hasn't been built to that. I think it's dumb because you should have. It's the easiest story to write.
They're usually about it too. Yeah.
Yeah, they're always about it. Sorry, I didn't take myself seriously there for a second. But I'm actually gonna go with Chad Gable and Otis because no one's expecting it, so why not? They sort of kind of like Otis. They sort of maybe like Chad Gable, so I'm gonna say, hey, why not? Because as we'll see with a lot of WrestleMania, logic, it's over there. You know where it is? It's like in the Atlantic Ocean, and they're in Tampa. It doesn't matter right now. I don't think a lot of these results matter. I think the live audience is going to change a lot of things. I'm just going to go Chad and Otis because it's something different, and those guys could easily drop it.
You hit it right on the head. I think the fans do matter. I think we're getting a lot of pop moments here, as we should. I think the world needs it. I think us wrestling fans need it. Mike, I'm sorry. Who was your?
I went with Mysterio just because you know what?
Just definite final answer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, Kimmy.
So I believe. So the thing is, they taped this already. SmackDown's not live.
Exactly.
So this is just a waste anyway. But I agree with you with the whole thing. Like, there's only 12 matches per night. No, there's 6 matches per night as of right now. You could have 7, make it 7 and 7, so 14. Because we've seen WrestleManias one night that's had 20 matches.
Dude, back in the 80s, I mean, in the early days, I mean, God, they had title tournaments, that went all night.
Yeah, but granted, Bill, I mean, we're going to go back to Mania 5 and 6 where they had 13, 14 matches. There were matches that lasted 4 minutes.
That's awesome.
Bill, you could still do that on this WrestleMania. I mean, does this match have to be more than 5 hot minutes?
No, don't be wrong. One of the best nights of my life, Mania 35,
Heck yeah.
2 years ago. But luckily, it was one of the best nights of my life because it was an 8-hour night. It was long.
It was long. It was a great day.
Long. It was an awesome day.
We got up early, had some great interviews.
But literally, coffee. It was 2-hour pre-show, 6-hour main show. It
was nuts. But
it was a long day.
Let's keep it moving here. Let's get right into.
I didn't make my prediction.
I'm sorry. I'm like doing.
My God,
there's so much going on.
I know you're excited for Takeover.
I'm so pumped. We got a good menu.
The best sister she's not the goodest sister. She's the best sister.
Aw, it says the shirt. The Good Brothers made that for her, by the way.
Yeah, they made this for me, by the way.
Yeah, and they charged you for it after they made it.
I got a discount. Don't worry. Me and Luke Gallows are like this. But I'm gonna go with Otis and Gable just because I feel like they just need to revamp the tag team division on both brands, and the tag team division is just a waste on both brands. So put it on a new tag team to revamp it.
I think they're going to a draft or a shuffle right after Mania too.
Oh, always. Very well said, Kimmy, and I apologize. As you can see, I'm pulling up.
Unbelievable.
I know. It's like my first time here. I'm pulling up the entrance here for the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale. Of course, this is going to be on SmackDown as well. Akira Tozawa, Angel Garza, Cedric Alexander, Drew Gulak, Elias, Eric, Gran Metalik, Humberto Carrillo, Jackson Riker, Jey Uso. I'm going Jey Uso. Kalisto, King Corbin, Lince Dorado, Mace Murphy, Mustafa Ali, that Irish fellow Rick O'Shea, Shelton Benjamin, Shinsuke Nakamura, Slapjack. Oh gosh, it's T-Bar Mania. I changed my answer. T-Bar Mania. No, I'm going Jey Uso on this one. At everyone here, just for a lot of momentum there. Bill, sticking strong with the T-Bar Mania. You going T-Bar Mania?
I'm going King Corbin. No.
Oh, whoa. Wow.
No, because it's just like, who's going to win something I don't care about? King Corbin. No, I'm going to go. The thing that sucks about this thing is like, why is this like, this would be the perfect, like they're doing it at NXT tonight. It would be a perfect opportunity to add someone to a match. Hey, you've won the Battle Royal. You're going to be in the U.S. title match. Let's just say. I can't think of who the U.S. champion is. The moment you'll tell me. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's why I didn't remember it. Yeah. So, they're added to that match. That'd be cool. But it's just like, okay, you won a Battle Royal. So, you know what? Lock it in. The bar is going to be strong.
But will he unmask and go back to being Dijakovic?
I hope so. Please.
I hope so.
No, you know what? Let's have him run free as T-Bar. He could just take the mask off and still be T-Bar, because God damn it, I want to see tens of thousands of T-Bar maniacs running wild in arenas around the world. Let's make this happen. And if his finisher isn't the T-bone, what are we even doing here?
Oh gosh, give me your thoughts on this one.
I hate the Andre Giant Memorial Battle Royal because they never sees anything with it. Like from Cesaro winning at 30 to Braun Strowman winning at 35 and everyone else in between, they've done nothing. Mojo, with the help of my least favorite person ever, Gronk.
That's right.
I hate everybody, so oof. But seriously,
not anyone on this podcast.
Oh no, not anyone on this podcast, but like celebrity-wise. But I just feel like it's just pointless, and I feel like since I have like some big stars in there, like a Corbin or a Nakamura, because Nakamura's on that list too, I'm gonna just go with Shinsuke and hope they actually do something with this.
That's a fair answer, Vacc.
I'm gonna go with Elias because I want to hear some kind of song with him. I got both. Wow, look at the reactions I'm getting from you guys.
Well, he's in a pointless thing right now with Shane McMahon, so.
Oh, but it's a good pick, though. It's just like.
No, it's just because it's like, he could just. Someone will eliminate, and then he's just going to come out and sing a song. Imagine him like singing to the trophy when he's in the ring at the next SmackDown.
God, to talk about a guy they had that was so. Remember that Seattle Raw where he made fun of the Supersonics, and it was like nuclear heat.
I forgot about that.
After I like one of the best moments on Raw the last few years, man. I loved it. But yeah, you're right. Imagine Elias. That's a great moment back. Like Elias singing to the statue, and then someone makes their return and beats him up.
But don't forget also live concert, right?
Oh, what, for Rhea's team?
No, just like Elias.
Oh, for Elias.
No, just like Elias is going to be there. I'll be like, he won. Then he's going to like hand me the guitar. Put in the trophy. Get 40,000 fans. I can't do a strum.
I mean, that was good enough. That was good. I liked it.
Mike's ready to walk with Elias, and I'm ready to walk on to the next match here. So let's keep it moving.
We got to stand and deliver together.
We got to stand and deliver. We got a great menu. The Andy Smart's on his way over. He's going to cook some delicious food.
Cameron Graham's $1 million grits. They're coming out.
Tommaso Ciampa pizza pie.
Kiss them grits.
That's
with extra cheddar because he's rich.
Let's talk about the mood. Don't make Mike do it. He'll do it.
Oh, please do it. God,
please do it. Just do it.
There's so many guys that go to NXT that they don't do, like they just like slightly tweak them, and it's like you didn't do much to make them. They have done such a great job with Cameron Grimes. It's been awesome because he was like just Trevor Lee, just a dude, and now he is amazing.
Yeah,
No,
he's amazing.
I can't wait for live crowds to get back to see how they react to him, because even if he's the butt of every joke forever, he will always be over. He'll be like Santino with a better moveset.
Dude,
he may be the butt and maybe the lower card joke. I mean, personally, I can't wait to see him with some mid card gold. I mean, this is just this is going off topic here, but no, I can't wait to see how they realize, like, you got a star here. I can't wait to see how live crowds react to him.
Yeah.
To the moon's going to be over like T-Bar Mania.
That's right. Calling it now. Let's talk about the women's tag team #1 contender match. We have the Riot Squad. We have Dana Brooke, former guest of the popbreak.com. Check that out now. And Mandy Rose teaming up. We have Lana and Naomi. I love Naomi, but I'm not a fan of this team, unfortunately. And Natalya and Tamina, which I'm the minority here, but I'm actually about that team. I'm all about it.
They scratched them.
Wait,
really? Go ahead, Kimmy, take over. No pun intended.
Okay, so ready? You want to hear the stupidity of Raw?
Not really, but go ahead.
So Billie Kay, right? She had, because, on SmackDown.
I like that.
Resume, right?
I was going to bring that up.
So it was hinted that they were going to be a tag team. They deleted the graphic, like the tweet that they put out right after that segment with Billie Kay and Carmella, and they have yet to mention them.
Wait, Tamina and Natty are still in the match.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant
the way you said it was that they took Tamina and Natty.
I thought you meant they
like this, and I was like, no, there's only 4. There's not 5. They scratched Billie.
Okay, I gotcha.
Oh.
So Tamina and Natalya are still in it, but I was going to bring up, I was hoping to see Billie Kay. I'm a huge fan of hers, teaming up with Carmella. Not necessarily again the team, but I like what Billie Kay is doing. She's fantastic, especially in the Rumble. Someone check on Bill. We good?
I'm good. All
right, but Bill, go ahead. I see you want to talk about this one. I'm just going to go with the pick. I was worried for a minute, but I'm going Natalya and Tamina on this one. Go ahead, Bill.
So Bill's wacky wild theory here would be awesome is that somehow Bayley, who does not have a match, takes out Billie Kay or intimidates Billie Kay and say, I'm taking your spot. And her and Carmella team up. And because Carmella recently tweeted about how it was Raw, it was a 3-hour show, 10 minutes for the women, really, and it'd be great to see them in the match. I don't think it's going to happen because I actually think I have a later theory about Becky that Rob's going to hate.
Okay.
No, about Bayley, not Becky. Sorry.
Okay.
But I'm going to go with Lana and Naomi. And the reason I go with them is because it'll probably be Natty and Tamina, but I feel like the more literal logic would be Lana has had beef with the tag champs for a while, and it would pay off. And everyone loves Naomi, and they haven't been able to pay off on her popularity.
But she has a great WrestleMania resume.
Sorta. But
battle royales, titles,
battle royal, whatever. Like, to me, it's just like, I want a battle royal. Cool,
Naomi beat Alexa Bliss a couple years ago. You're right. She got her moment.
Oh, I forgot.
At 33.
I totally brain farted on that. But for her to win a belt, I think would be amazing. And to put it on Lana, who has improved dramatically in the ring, just to get them off, because I feel like taking the belts off of Nia and Shayna frees them up to be the next people for Rhea Ripley, because there's history with Shayna and Rhea, and then Rhea physically can match up with Nia Jax. And I think if you want to really rebuild that division, because a lot of people are very down on the Raw Women's division, that's a good way to do it. And then you could have Lana and Naomi feud with the Riot Squad, feud with other people, and you could move them to SmackDown. I think that might be the better bet. So that's who I'm going to go with. That Lana and Naomi get the big win. That's where I'm going with it.
That's fair. I'd just like to see Shayna kind of freed up and them to get Shayna right, because she's a force to be reckoned with. And
I know.
Yeah, and she's awesome. Kimmy, let's throw it to you.
Natalya and Tamina, so we could please do something right with the Raw Women's division.
Short and sweet. I like it. And
I like the new Tamina gear, by the way.
I do too.
Leather jacket.
It's a good pairing. It makes a lot of sense for a lot of reasons. And the women have been killing it. Like, to that 10-minute tweet that you mentioned, Bill, earlier, both my matches of the year right now are women's matches. The women's Rumble, yes, I know, we can get into that's not a match, but and then Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker. Those are my 2 favorite matches of the year so far. Yes, I know, Bill. Back.
EMD.
All right, here's a mini rant. I'm gonna go with the Riot Squad. because they may are probably the only real like actual team in this match, because I personally think like the women's tag belts, they've done a crappy job with them and building that division.
Don't get Kimmy started.
I'm sorry. I don't think the tag division has been good. I mean,
no, she feels the same.
I'm agreeing with you. I'm clapping.
See, I'm blind. I'm so blinded in the moment. I couldn't see you applauding me.
No, I'm clapping. I agree with
Thank you. Thank you. But when they instituted the women's NXT tag belts, I'm like, why? They can't even do the division right on Raw or SmackDown.
I said that last week on the show.
Combined on the 3 shows, they have maybe 6 women's teams on all 3 shows. You know, if they were committed to actually doing that, they could. So I'll just say Riot Squad because I like that they put Ruby and why am I drawing a
Liv
Morgan?
Liv, thank you.
From Joyzy.
She's a local girl.
From Joyzy.
Yes, I like that they put them back together and they're doing their. If they're not going to do anything with them fighting for the Raw women's, if neither of them are going to fight for the Raw singles title, put them as a team. I'd like to see them get that shot against.
Nia.
Yeah, see, I'm totally out of here now.
There's a lot of moving parts, to be fair.
It's a lot.
He's a dad. He got a shot earlier today.
I can't. I'm not blaming it on the shot.
First off, I'm a dad and I just did a shot earlier. I'm fine.
There it is.
I love it. He's a dad and he did a shot. That's why Bill Bodkin is my hero, ladies and gentlemen.
But I honestly, with the Riot Squad, I would love them to go back to NXT because it's just like I feel like this having them as singles competitors would be amazing because I feel like Liv Morgan's awesome. Have her fight whomever, the victor of tonight's match, because she's
I love what they're doing with Ember and Shotzi because they actually look like a team. They look like female road
warriors.
It works. It does.
And they're gonna lose.
Attitude.
Yes, they are.
Decked out in the tank, like they look like a team, a legit team. And I got a feeling that they're gonna, they should be holding the 1 women's tag team championships across all 3 brands. That's my
yes.
But anyway, for this match, I'll just go with who I want, who I think, and who I want. I'll just go with Liv Morgan, Ruby Riott.
Look, can we just get some gold on Candice LeRae? I digress.
Dude, come on. I agree. Just put her in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, but all right, let's just pick up here.
Seriously.
Bill, I think you said you did have Nia and Shayna losing. If I'm correct, that's kind of what you led on to. So let's go into that match for sure. So if I'm going Natalya and Tamina versus Nia and Shayna, you know what? I'll ride the wave. I'll go Natalya and Tamina to become new tag team champions. This will be good. I think the crowd will be happy with it. And more importantly, we split up Nia and Shayna. I want to see Shayna used right. Vacc.
Yeah, I would. Yes, Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler are better as singles threats, like heel threat, big time heels for whoever wins the Raw Women's belts.
So in your case, you picked the Riot Squad.
I'll say Riot Squad based on previous prediction. Yeah, I'll say Riot Squad beats them.
Really? Yeah. That would be huge.
Man.
I just think whoever does win is going to beat Nia and Shayna for the belts.
I will be so happy if it's the Riot Squad. I will be so happy. I love them. They should.
Agreed.
Okay, Kimmy.
Natalya and Tamina will win on Monday Night Raw. It will be a number 1 contenders match between Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, and then that will challenge Rhea Ripley at the next pay-per-view.
Oh, thinking 10 steps ahead.
Kimmy does this. You called like the Rumble and the fallout of the Rumble to like a T. I'm like, oh, Kimmy called this like triple threat like months ago.
That's because I was giving her all that ECW Jim Crockett promotion stuff to watch. I'm not.
There is no women's battle royal, right? They didn't announce it, right?
No. So what was supposed to happen was this tag team turmoil crap was supposed to originally be a Royal Rumble. And then they were like, let's just do something for the tag titles instead.
Well, they're doing with the whole, with this double night thing. They're doing winner of one night faces winner of second night. But I did say this, and Rob will put me on record. I said a month ago, if they did a women's battle royal at Mania, Peyton Royce
that's my
start
pick.
Her slow ascent to the top by winning the women's belt and slowly making herself a legitimate threat after that awesome promo she cut, And when Bubba Ray Dudley is giving you props on Busted Open.
He's a really good booker of that ROH women's division too. I'll never be on Busted Open. But the problem is a lot of people, and Mike, you're not wrong, but we've seen so many people cut those promos on Raw Talk or Talking Smack, and it goes nowhere. And that's the bummer because that Peyton Royce promo, and I also think Peyton Royce, everyone underrates her in the ring. She's very good. And it's just it happened, and where has she been? Nowhere. Yeah. Where's Nikki Cross? Nowhere. She's awesome.
All right.
If we had more consistent live crowds, just kind of like we did with Daniel Bryan getting like his due, and then Becky Lynch getting her spot.
Fair point.
Maybe it would have been more reaction for Peyton Royce to eventually say the crowd saying we want Peyton or something like that, or maybe it could do it. And maybe
I agree.
We'll
Who
see.
knows? But yeah.
We'll see. Well, let's get this over with. Let's talk about the steel cage match with Braun Strowman. And
We're getting worse and worse in the card. Like nothing's like
No,
it's
we're
up
not.
here.
We
Like,
haven't got to the worst yet, guys. So
we're like
this is pretty bad, though.
Shane hits a crazy spot off the cage or whatever. We know he's still doing it. That's going to happen. The answer is, does he beat Braun Strowman off that? I'm going to say Shane just loses here. Like, let's pretend this never happened. Let's get it over with. Braun can move on to bigger and better and more logical things. I'm just going to say Shane loses here. Like a Band-Aid. Let's get it over with. I'm sorry. I hate to be that guy, Vacc.
I got a bad feeling Shane is somehow going to win because he seems like he's too confident, and I hated the fact that he had a camera, but he single-handedly took down Braun a couple weeks ago. What the hell was that?
The Nickelodeon slime.
Yeah, with the Nick. But yeah, I'm gonna say Braun finally ends this, and yes, whoever wins between Lashley and McIntyre, it'll be a fresh fight for the championship because you know that he wants to get back in there. And you saw
Good call.
You saw him stare down McIntyre, being like, was like, I'm not gonna attack you, but when you win the belt, I'm coming after you then.
Yeah, it's a placeholder match for Braun to be number one contender. Very well said, Kimmy.
garbage. And if this match does start off WrestleMania, which Bill told me before, he was like, don't be surprised if McMahon gets the first pop on night one.
No, I didn't mean
I
that
hope
match.
not.
I meant like Vince McMahon comes out or Triple H and Stephanie comes out first.
Oh, that's even
no.
worse.
No, don't let that happen. I'm sorry to interrupt, Kimmy, but please, do that right. Whoever walks through the curtain first, should earn it and represent the company. And I don't mean like Triple H, and no disrespect, but it should be organic. It should be right. It should be a moment for the fans. I'm sorry to interrupt, Kimmy. Go ahead.
No, you're right, but it doesn't mean anything.
But it's okay, because you know what? Who is going to be the first superstar to get out there? It's boss time. Because
I thought she was I thought that was.
I heard they were main eventing night one.
I've heard mixed reports, and
the
then
fact we don't know is stupid. The fact we don't know is stupid. Just
no, wait.
The main events are
Raw. This is on for 3 hours. Drew McIntyre is going to be in the main event. I'm like, but is he though?
No, I've heard there's.
Drew said he wanted to open it.
No. Drew said he wanted to main event the entire thing, like night two. Like he did last year with Brock, and he didn't get his moment. But now I'm hearing
they'll decide on Saturday. That's the real.
I heard
answer.
they're basically Bianca Sasha is going to headline night one because they want to have the Royal Rumble winners technically headline.
That's the match I'm most excited for.
It is to me. I mean, are we going to get into that now? I guess are we going to?
No,
we got to rant about.
All right, Nikki wants to get through the crap before we go through the matches we're actually kind of excited about. Okay,
I know.
So we had Braun all around.
No, I'll say Braun.
He's picking Shane. I'm picking Braun. Are you also picking Braun?
Oh God! I feel like we're gonna do an Austin McMahon St. Valentine's Day Massacre 1992. I swear to God, I thought of this while everyone was talking. I'm like, Braun's gonna throw Shane through the cage, and Shane's gonna win.
Kyle said the same thing.
Well, because Kyle and I are best friends. It's gonna happen, and it's gonna be so stupid. But that's what's gonna happen. God bless Shane McMahon and all his sweat for just going out there in his 50s and just always busting his ass. He really does.
The red face too. Don't forget.
God, I'm glad he lost a little of the neck weight because I'm always afraid of a heart attack there. Listen, I'm not in good shape, but I mean, Jesus Christ, Shane.
No, I just got past the Shane McMahon's midlife crisis known as Raw Underground.
We don't talk about that.
Where's Baba Tunde?
Well, technically, the Bodyguard is now fighting for the Raw tag team titles.
Is that a segue?
I guess it's a segue. I'm gonna say.
I really think it's gonna be something dumb. He's gonna do something spectacular where because remember, Braun's the guy who topples shit. So he's gonna throw Shane McMahon through the cage or something like that. And I never thought anything would be dumber than Braun teaming with a child, but yet
that was amazing.
No, it wasn't.
Nicholas 1-0. The streak lives on, Bill.
I wrote a thing about the tag team division for your site, Pop Break, and I spent like a good half a page on the embarrassment of that. But
that was awful. but it was awful. I don't care, Rob. I know Trick loves the kid,
No.
but
No.
like it was awful. But this is
You
worse.
punked out Sheamus and Cesaro, one of the best teams of the last decade, in my honest opinion.
And by the way, everyone thought it was going to be your boy Rey Mysterio, but it was like friggin' a referee's son. So it's like I thought that was bad, but this build has been terrible. And God damn it, like it's going to be some weird shit with Shane. Like, I mean, we all thought Miz was going to beat Shane, and Shane still won that match. So I think it's going to be Shane McMahon.
Oh, I hope not.
And you know what? The only thing that would save it for me is if the Mean Street Posse came back and like helped them out, and they ain't gonna do it, so it ain't gonna be good.
Yeah. In fact, we've given this match too much time. No disrespect to the competitors. This is
I disrespect interference.
I'm not feeling this match. So let's move on. Mike, you had a segue for us. Where are we? The Raw Tag Team Championship.
Yes.
The New Day taking on Styles and Omos, which I'm actually very excited for, just to see AJ Styles kind of get that tag team gold. I think for sure they captured here. I'm excited to see what Omos can do in the ring. I don't really know. I like everything he's doing. You know, he's kind of in the background on the back burner. So I think it would be awesome if he really showed up and showed out. Mike, I know you feel a little bit differently.
You know, first of all, I'm bad they took the belts off the Hurt Business and broke up the Hurt Business.
Don't get me started. Come on.
I don't mean
even Bill gave the Hurt Business. Yeah, even Bill.
No,
liked
the
the Hurt.
second best thing they've done in the last 12 months. The second best thing they've done. But
the Hurt Business is one of the best factions WWE has done in forever.
Benjamin and Alexander, even though they were technically the lackeys to Lashley, but I mean they got on TV and they're doing good matches. But do we need the New Day's 11th tag title reign? No, we don't. But we know it seems like they're going to drop it to AJ and Omos. And you know what? It's okay. Omos gets that. I mean, not Omos. AJ gets that tag title belt.
I like that.
That Grand Slam finally. And I know Omos may come in and get the finish somehow. Might do like 1 or 2 or 3 big moves and be like, oh my God. You know, Michael Cole's going to
Dude, he did that one kick. That was impressive as hell.
Look, yeah.
He's already better than Giant Gonzalez. I'm just going to say that.
He threw him like
Giant Gonzalez or the newest inductee, Great Khali.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
I'm not even going to do it.
Dude,
with the marble mouth. But yeah, AJ Styles and Omos takes the one.
Bill, go ahead.
Yeah, you know what? Amos or Omos or whatever he's called, like he's got a good personality, man, and you cannot not take advantage of a guy that big. And he had that really awesome kick, and I was like, damn, that's impressive. And he has a presence, not just as he's huge. It's just like there's something about him that like I really, really hope, and I'm generally negative on WWE. I really hope they find that he's able to blossom, and working with AJ has been real fun. So like I would love to see something blossom with these two guys, and like they could really turn into an odd couple babyface tag team. They really can. And I think I would love for them to lean into that. And I want to see AJ with gold. I've been an AJ Styles fan since he was.
You could have AJ. I mean, granted, it's a good way for introducing because AJ could carry like 2/3 to 3/4 of the match.
Yeah, and that's what AJ does. And you know what? This all is going to lead to AJ and Triple H probably next year in front of.
I like that.
What'd you say?
Well,
AJ
Kimmy and I were talking about that before. Well, AJ was pitching to Triple H to have a match this year, and Triple H was like, no, and
not without a live crowd.
I don't want to do it in front of a half-empty arena. I want to do it the full pop. I'm sorry, Triple H. I get it. I get you, brother. And but I think AJ and Amos win this one. New Day doesn't lose anything by losing.
Yeah,
they're great. They're great. And Xavier Woods can go on G4 and be great because he's awesome.
Love it. Hashtag free Kimmy. What do you got?
so I of course have to root for my brother's best friend here.
Off, brother, watch out. She's getting serious.
Well, I was gonna take it off when we got to the Rollins match anyway, because there might be some crying here. So I gotta support my brother's best friend AJ Styles, obviously. But the build, you said the whole slime and stuff, that was PG. Can we talk about the PG of this build? Freaking game night?
Well,
what?
I appreciate a good game night. Also, a great movie with Jason Bateman.
Nice.
But like, why? Why?
Because the New Day loves games. The New Day is all about fun. Listen, nothing is worse than Braun and Shane. There's nothing.
Oh,
worse.
I agree.
But I mean, the build for this sucks. We all know that. Like, but I mean, like, if I think if the general result is you get a fun tag team out of it and a new fresh tag team, and maybe a future superstar in Amos, Okay, I'm okay with it.
I just want Grand
Right
Slam Styles.
You're just like,
No,
Grand-
I don't know.
Grand Slam Styles. I like that.
I like that.
Yes.
real good.
Rob, write the hashtag down for that, please.
That's
Tim-
it. That
Tim
tastes
started.
like pancakes drizzled in syrup. That's
And,
it.
Who are they beating? Pancakes. They're beating the biggies. I mean, new day. So
And WWE, if you make that into a T-shirt, I'm gonna need some royalty checks.
I'm
Reach
just-
out to me.
You'll be on the bump next year. Don't worry about it.
I'm hoping
Yeah.
and praying. Izzy actually just contacted me. Izzy was like, "Have a fun media week," so she just texted me that.
Name drop.
Not
Name
like I
drop.
don't know a producer on that show, but it's all right.
Oh, I know one too.
Probably
I
same
don't.
guy.
I don't know anyone. But Kimmy did invent the shirt that she's wearing. I'm just
Grand
saying she gets
Slam
props for
Styles.
that.
No, I
All
love
right,
that.
Dude,
let's-
I'm telling you, he will. If he's going to feud with Triple H, Grand Slam Styles will be a thing. It will be, and it's going to be awesome. And I'm going to think of you in your face the whole time.
Well, because
Yes.
Triple H has won every belt there was, and AJ can be like, "Oh, I've won the IWGP Championship. I've won this. I've won titles all around the
They'll
world."
never let him bring that up. I don't think.
Oh, yeah, they will.
No, they will.
will.
They've acknowledged it with
Jericho's
Brock.
going to be in the Broken Skull session, so yeah, they'll bring
And
up.
he mentioned Sammy Guevara's name in the little preview. So
brother.
No, they mentioned that the
Excited,
they mentioned
excited.
when Shinsuke was being hyped up, and of course they mentioned Brock doing it. So they mention it.
Okay, I
They got to highlight all of AJ's accomplishments. He's done.
my
He's
mistake.
dominated everywhere he's been around the world, but Triple H has obviously dominated WWE for me. And that's just we're talking about a hypothetical match that hasn't even been booked yet, but
But it'll be great.
there's a
it
lot.
will be.
It will
And
be.
all
Two
the
veterans
Gonzalez.
who have yet to do it. The mega match they'll do. But
It will be. We're all over the place here. Let's throw it over. I want to get these
so
rants.
we're hoping will happen
Rob's
as
like,
opposed to
"Oh,
what
God,
we
I
really
need
have
to
to
watch
address.
NXT."
I mean, I'm more excited about the cooking from the Andy Smart. That's what I'm really excited
He's
about.
in
But
the kitchen right
let's
now.
throw it to Cesaro taking on Kimmy's
Oh.
all-time favorite, Mr. Seth Rollins. Kimmy, I'm just going to throw it to you. If you have something to say, the floor is yours.
Okay, so I told Rob this, and I don't know if I told Bill this. When I did my predictions with Kyle, I cried. I was crying.
Wait, legit? Oh, I thought you were just like being.
No.
Yeah,
I knew it was real.
No, I was literally
Those are dead
crying.
instincts. I knew
And
it.
Kyle was like, "No, you have to stick with your gut, Kimmy. You can't be biased. I know that you want to pick him, but you can't."
wow.
I'm so sorry, Colby. I am so sorry.
Colby.
It doesn't make sense for him to win. I have to pick Cesaro. I'm so sad. My heart is breaking here. This is going to be the match of the weekend because Logan Paul wants to ruin Owens and Zayn. So I just have to go with Cesaro. Just don't swing him too many times and don't make him dizzy. He has a baby girl home, and Becky might be coming back soon. So Rollins has a family to
He is coming
support.
back. That was confirmed.
Can't wait. Well, Kimmy, I appreciate you being impartial and calling it down the middle, and I know that's a lot for you. While you get
And
yourself
don't
together.
worry. No, don't worry. Now Rollins is going to win. Now that I said that.
Oh, okay, there you go. I mean, he's one of those guys that can win gold, win a match at any time. And again, if he loses, this ain't going to hurt him at all. It's more about Cesaro in my mind. Vac, I know you've been a Cesaro guy for a long time, bringing me to ROH, man. That no arm,
The no hand,
plans.
yes, the no
why,
hand
Why
toward-
you did it last year of all times when no one was
This
there?
is
but
the
it's still,
this is
I'm
the
waiting
night.
for it.
This is the night. He's got his best one-on-one opponent for WrestleMania. I mean, this said WrestleMania is a stage where you're going to do it.
Yeah.
This is his biggest match since is going to be his biggest win. I'm with you, Kimmy. I do think Cesaro's going to win because Rollins has nothing to gain from a victory here. Just give them 15 minutes, please. Just give them a good 15 minutes. That's all I want. Same thing with I've felt the same thing about Sammy
Give
and
it time.
KO. You know, stupid, like I said, Logan Paul is messing that up. But Cesaro wins this. He gets this huge victory. I know Rollins and no problem putting him over. These are the Ring of Honor guys. So I'm like, finally, they're going to face off, in some couple singles matches. Cesaro. And I think he will, yes. And you can call it now. He's busting out the no hands torture rack spin.
Gonna be great.
Yes, he
It'll
is.
be a real great match. Like we always say, the real winner is the fans. That being said, I'm also picking Cesaro. Very happy to see the momentum. Didn't hurt that he re-signed. Bill.
Well, we don't know if he resigned. He kind of was like, "Hey, I never said I resigned, so we'll see."
Really?
I heard differently. I heard because he didn't want to
Oh,
be.
yeah, I heard that too. Then all of a sudden, it was like he's resigned. And then he came out a few weeks later. It was like, "You don't know that. I've not confirmed that. I mean, I believe he did, but Cesaro for the G1 is what I'm saying. This match means nothing. It's a disposable match. It's just a match on the card. Seth Rollins is going to win because why? Everyone's like, Cesaro's going to win. Why? you've had Cesaro for years. He's been more over previously, and you did nothing with him. They're going to do nothing with him if he wins this match. Seth Rollins is going to win this match because Seth Rollins really doesn't lose a lot at WrestleMania. You know? I mean, he lost to Randy Orton once, and then he won the title. I mean, you know.
That one doesn't count. WrestleMania 31, best cash-in ever.
Oh, yes, but come on. The curb stomp counter into the RKO is pretty freaking awesome.
That's the one time I've liked Randy Orton. So it's like, but I mean, it means nothing. Cesaro, they don't push this guy. He's over as hell. But they never really pushed him. Yeah, the bar was cool.
I'm not saying he's gonna become a world title contender now. I just know
but I mean, Vacc, like,
have 15 minutes of quality wrestling.
Oh no, it's gonna be an awesome match no matter what. But the thing is, like many things in WWE, it doesn't matter. Like, so they're gonna be like, it's gonna be a great wrestling match, but to them it doesn't matter. And Seth Rollins is gonna win because
it's sort of like the build. We talked about how crappy the builds have been for so many of these matches, like literally 90% of these matches, but. Who knows? The only thing is when your expectations are low, they can surprise you. Hopefully we'll get some quality. We'll get some quality wrestling in front of 40,000 fans each
great
night.
Wrestling match.
I'm hoping.
No, these guys are going to kill it. That's the thing. Yeah. When I say disposable, it's just like, as much as we all love Cesaro, and we all do, he's going to lose. And even if he wins, they're not going to push him because they never have. You've had him for almost a decade, and you've done nothing with him. And as a singles wrestler. So it's like
if he wins, he loses. If he loses, he loses. It's like, Joe Pesci. If you win, you win. If you lose, you'll still win. They got no one else to fight you.
To be in the same positions today after WrestleMania as he was as we record this podcast. He is not going to go to he's not going to challenge for the title. If he does, he's going to lose. They're not pushing him. They never have. He's always been in the very middle. And I think that's where he's going to stay. And so that's what I'm going to say. Seth Rollins wins because they're going to propel him to be the next guy for whomever the champion is because they love Seth Rollins. And rightfully so. He's a great wrestler. And he's going to win this match.
Wow. No, not this time.
Wow.
Not this time.
We'll see what happens. Bill's calling Cesaro the Jimmy Eat World of wrestling right now.
Listen, Bleed American's a great song.
Wow. Just got that. All right. Let's take it to what we mentioned earlier during the panel. Let's talk about KO, another one of Bill's favorites taking on Sami Zayn, taking on El Generico. No, I'm just kidding. But I think
Generico's dead.
Yeah, so I've heard. R.I.P. But I think the spot here is just going to be like KO said last year. He wanted to jump off that ship. He secured it over a year ago. I think it's all about this spot. This match, though, I don't necessarily have a problem with. I just think this was not as organic. They kind of wedged the two together, forced them together because, hey, these guys can have a great match. They have history, which is great. And it's going to be good. It's going to be a great match. But as far as storyline or lack thereof, I'm not really on board. They tried to get the celebrity involved, this and that. I just want to see KO jump off that ship. I'm going to go. Does Sammy get a push off here? I don't know. You guys sway me. Let's throw it to Bill first because these are your guys.
Oh, God, these are my guys. I love these guys so much. Logan Paul, listen, it's a smart move for WWE. It's like he's a huge celebrity right now. So, yes, to have him involved in this match is smart. But someone once said this on Twitter. It's just like, it's a very 2021 match. It's just like Kevin Owens is trying to get his friend to not believe conspiracy theories. And isn't that been the last 2 years? But regardless of politics, I think Sami Zayn's going to win. And I want Sami Zayn to win. I love Sami Zayn. I love this paranoid character. It's great. And I want to see Kevin Owens do a swanton off that pirate ship. I want to see him go through 47 tables because that's what he would want to do. I've been a fan of these guys forever. Vacc, Steen, and, a guy who wrestled like Sami Zayn named El Generico, R.I.P. Had very similar matches. I mean, he was beheaded by the cartels of Mexico. We don't want to speak ill of the dead. Confirmed by Kevin Owens on the Stone Cold podcast. But I think Sami Zayn, you got to give him the win because like this thing he's doing, especially after that dance he did on Friday on SmackDown. It's just like everything I want to do at a wedding now. And I just want to see Sami win. I want to see him get the big dub. And so that's what I'm going to go with.
Love it. You know what? I'll copy and paste, man. I'm just stealing your homework right now. I do. You know, I didn't want to pick Sammy because I want KO to win, but I think Sammy has the momentum right now. I'm going to go Sammy to win. Vacc, two guys you're very familiar with taking me to ice hockey rinks to watch these ROH shows in Edison, man.
Oh, yeah. The Inman
That
Sports
goes from
Center.
my childhood home, by the way.
The Inman Sports Center in Edison, New Jersey. Yes, where I've caught my first of many Ring of Honor shows. And these
Very
guys
close
just,
to my home.
you know, Kevin Owens, aka formerly Kevin Steen. I was just like, this guy, he looks like me. He's pudgy and he's scruffy. And I'm like, you know what though? Like he carries himself like a star. He's awesome. And
Much like Vacc does.
And Generico, I thought even if he came to WWE with the mask on, I'm like, okay, they want to have another mask guy like Mysterio, kids can like, and he's a great wrestler. So guys like me will like him. But then he took off the mask, came Sami Zayn. Then he acted when he turned heel like a total dick. And I'm like, oh my God, he's doing this great. He's with the conspiracy theories and just like like just doing all that kind of stuff with the hair. That's why I figured him and KO could be a great tag team if they ever decide to go that route. You know,
They did at one point.
whether it's as faces or heels, they could do either way. But I mean, with this match, I do think, yes, he's doing Swanton off that cannon. And yes, when he crash lands, it's going to be a boom. And Sammy capitalizes, crawls over, maybe gets the win. Yeah.
All right.
I think Sammy could use this win more than KO does.
Copying your homework on that one. You guys are selling me. Kimmy, are we going for the unanimous decision here?
Nope. Uh-oh. Oh, man. Well, okay. So Kevin Owens is not going to jump off the Tampa Bay pirate ship. If anyone has seen the stadium, they built another pirate ship for Kevin Owens.
Wondering about that. Okay.
I haven't seen the set, so I don't know. The new set.
Because that pirate ship's like all the way in the back. It's apparently, as my dad was describing it to me, it's very far away from where the ring's going to be. And
I always thought about that. Yeah.
And meaning that this match does not have like a no DQ falls count anywhere stipulation. Does it really make sense for them to go all the way to the other side of the stadium to do this spot?
Stadium Stampede.
No. Oh, yeah, let's copy AEW. The Wednesday Night Wars end in about 3 hours. Too sweet. But you see, you know what's going to happen? Logan Paul's just going to screw Zayn over. And that's how this match is going to end.
That's
Kimmy,
smart.
If that happens, I'm messaging you immediately and being like, God damn it, why are you so smart?
Right? Like half these things like we're talking about, like these people, like Kimmy was what, like 5? Like it's crazy. She knows more than me.
Kimmy's the future of the business.
I tell her that all the time. The goodest sister. She's got this.
Encyclopedic. No, you can't call me the encyclopedia.
Encyclopedia Brown.
This is this person.
She knows her stuff.
She knows her stuff. She's born after the Attitude Era, and she seems to know just as much, if not more, than.
I was not even alive. I was born a couple months after WWE bought WCW.
Wow. So we're talking a 21st century.
Dude, I told her to watch Midnight Express and the Wild Eyed Southern Boys, and she's like, feed me more, brother. And I'm just like, this is the future, right?
She knows. Well, once Kimmy stops answering my messages and starts big timing me, as we say, that's when I'll truly be happy, because I'll know Kimmy made it, and I'll be very happy.
Wow. Okay. I told you I would never stop answering your messages.
I appreciate.
She's gonna be like that one WWE theme song. It was big time.
There it is.
Peter Gabriel, who also did Cesaro's old theme.
Oh,
Sledgehammer.
Oh, and that was Tyler Bates' theme song, too.
Hey!
All right. Watching out for copyright infringement here. You guys are such good singers.
It's not.
I tease. Let's go to Bill's
like 30 minutes.
Yeah, right. God, I'm hungry. Let's talk about Bill's personal favorite, Matt Riddle. Joking, not my favorite either. Taking on Sheamus. Again, not my favorite. I did like Sheamus for a while. I don't want Matt Riddle. I don't like him being the U.S. Championship. I'm not about Matt Riddle. I'm going to say Sheamus takes it.
What are these birds? These birds.
I don't get the birds.
What the hell?
It's for that. What was that bird? Animated bird movie? Rio. It's for Rio 3.
Is it really?
No.
I don't know.
But if it was, it would make more sense.
Is it like a peacock? Because it's not. They're not peacock.
It's for a peacock. It absolutely is. And I was trying to think of something more clever.
It's like the other guys, like they're talking about this, like a peacock fly. Like anyway.
Peacock, yeah, let me fly.
Yeah, exactly.
Peacocks
Bill
don't fly.
And Bill, again, I'm totally joking. I know how you feel about Riddle. Does Sheamus
One of my
get the title? What's that?
Once one of my favorite wrestlers.
Yeah, exactly.
I think like dude, like Sheamus is always, they push Sheamus down, shoved Sheamus down our throats a number of times, but like I feel like that dude has come back from so much, and he's just put in such great work since he's come back. I would put the title on him. I think he's worth it, and he deserves it. And like, put it on him. He's awesome right now. Like, I don't think he's ever been better, to be honest with you. And like, it would be great if they put it on him. So I'm going to go with, yeah, I think so, because Riddle can win it. He's still new in WWE. He can win it down the road. But for Sheamus, yeah, put it on Sheamus. I think it would be a good thing.
Yeah. Do you guys see that clip where like Riddle completely like forgot his promo with like Asuka and he just kind of rolled off?
But
and it worked.
Mostly Vince McMahon loved it. He's like, oh, it's such good shit.
Well, of course, because it's him. Like, it totally works. Like, he's like, whatever, and kind of drives off. I'm like, yeah, that's totally, makes sense for a character such as him. But I digress. But Bill, to your point, I do agree with that. This is a nice consolation prize for Sheamus, who has been in the main title picture recently. I would love to see the gold around his waist. Plus, I see a lot of face wins during this WrestleMania. So Sheamus winning here makes a lot of sense to me. Kimmy.
Sheamus wins to get the title off of the Dumbo who Rollins gave a beautiful black eye to during the Royal Rumble.
Wow.
If you know, you know.
Kimmy. I like that answer. Kimmy killing it. Back.
I would like to see
John Cena's nose.
I would like to see Sheamus take this, because I agree with everything you said, Bill, about Sheamus. I love his suspenders and the fedora, because he looks like a Guy Ritchie henchman.
Absolutely.
Look, I had my reasons where I thought they should have built up him and McIntyre for the belt. McIntyre, because so much history between the two of them, 20 years, of friendship and training together and all that stuff. You could have told that story amazingly, and you still can if McIntyre wins, but we'll get to that. But as far as this goes, yeah, I've made no let's see. I've made no lies about the fact that I do not like Riddle. I just don't like the bare feet. Like, you're not Samoan, dude. You don't. I'm sorry. I don't like the Orange Cassidy thing either. And I know I'm going to draw some hate from some of you about that too. I don't like the Orange Cassidy gimmick. I don't like the just lazy. Yeah, it's just that. Like, come on. Like, yeah, man, we're cool. And like, Rob Van Dam was dead, but Rob Van Dam took care of freaking business in the ring.
I guess you did not watch the most recent AEW main event where Orange Cassidy did take care of some business, my friend.
After 5 minutes with his hands in his pockets?
We digress.
I digress. But yes, Sheamus, I hope, wins this match. I hope he does, but I got a feeling somehow Riddle, and don't get me wrong, Riddle is a really good wrestler. He is. It's just weird seeing him. No elbow pads, no knee pads, no wrist pads, no nothing. Just shorts. Like, it looks like he's wrestling in his underwear. Like with me and my wrestling buddies from Tonka.
Hashtag wrestling fashion.
Listen, Cornette. He's always been good. He's always been great. It's just the speaking out stuff that makes me not like him.
Same.
And I wanted to see him lose every match. Like, that's the thing. Like, he was my favorite dude. Like, I love that guy. I'm like, put him in. Like, he should be the IWGP World Champion. Like, I was just like, give him everything. And then all that stuff came out about him. I'm like, the alleged stuff, I should say. I'm just like, deuces, I'm done.
Yeah. I mean, there it is. I mean, let's move on. I hope Sheamus gets the gold in this one. Let's take it to the drum fight for the Intercontinental Championship between Big.
What is a Nigerian drum fight?
Hey, it's come on. It's a lot more dangerous than Duchess of Queensberry match.
Well, I mean, so's mowing the lawn in my backyard. I mean, I'm not talking about that. I feel like this match is going to be like, remember they had like Steve Blackman or is it Ken Shamrock? Someone fought. It was like a circle.
Lion's Den. The Lion's Den.
It was like there was like a circle of car. It was like Attitude Era. It was like a circle.
Iron.
Iron Curtain. Yeah.
Iron Curtain or Iron something like that. Like
something like that. I think it's gonna be like that. It's gonna be like a cinematic match where it's gonna be outdoors and it's gonna be like there's gonna be drummers. Like it's gonna be like capoeira, like only the strong.
Ooh.
It's gonna be like drums around that, and I think it's gonna be filmed. That's what I'm assuming. If there's just a bunch of drummers around the ring, I'm gonna be like, this was a wasted opportunity.
Who's winning? Phil.
Not me. The thing is, like, I really think you have to give the match to Apollo Crews. Because here's the thing, this as a wrestling match, this is going to be great. But I think the gimmick is just dumb. Like it's just like we're gonna do this drum match, and it's just like, okay, cool, whatever. It's just a silly gimmick for two guys who are gonna go out there and break their ass. And I think the weird thing about Apollo Crews is like he's won titles, but they've never done anything with him. And I'm just like, if you're gonna get behind this gimmick they have now, get behind it now and make it happen, because the guy deserves it. I've interviewed him. Wonderful human being. Like the most fun interview, to the fact that we were both scolded by WWE publicity for talking about Mr. Hughes for way too long. But like, he deserves it. I think Apollo deserves it. And I really hope if Apollo wins, then Big E can go for the main title. That's what I want to see. And I think Apollo deserves it, and Big E deserves that championship run, or a championship attempt, the opportunity to go for a championship run.
That's a great point. See, I was going to pick Big E, but now you're making me think like Big E should be in that number one contender spot. That being said, I would love to see these two go at it in an actual drum battle. That's just me.
Oh, dude, as a drummer, like how much you're like, come on, here's sticks.
Let's get Dave Grohl. Let's get Animal from the Muppets. Let's do this thing. You know, that would be amazing. This is a tough choice for me. Apollo, like I actually see a lot in him as a heel because we're so used to seeing him with that big smile and all that. But like after he wins matches and stuff, that intensity, like the way he carries himself, like I think he's going to be really good being a heel. I don't know so much about this persona for him. Like I think we're all giving it a chance and we see some dots connect here, but I don't know if it's entirely working. I'm like kind of feeling it out still, but I think he could do some good stuff as a heel. And I'm going to say Big E retains still. Vacc.
No. Apollo Crews is taking this. I like him not totally overplaying. Like, yes, I'm from Nigerian royalty, got African blood. Because that's where he is. He is from Africa. He's emigrated, everything like that. And wait, if he gets the belt, I think it's only going to add to his character. He's going to be wearing gold, and I like that Big E deserves the shot. Big E's getting older. Big E's getting close to 40. He's been in the business a long time, and everyone has raves about him. I could see him eventually being one of Roman Reigns' next challengers, but I have to go to that. But Big E was one of my dark horses to win the Rumble, to win and to face Roman Reigns at this show. But Nigerian drum fight, it's just another way to give it's another first big fight, unless it's really kind of cool and maybe there are weapons around the ring and maybe just like there's like a whole people in the stands like just drumming, like doing war drums. Cool. Like sort of like the caravan and Mad Max Fury Road, like just just to height up like that. It could be something like that, but it probably won't be. But it's just but this is the thing for Apollo Crews to do it, and yes, he does deserve it. And Big E, I think, could finally, since he's definitely away from Kofi and Xavier, Big E deserves a chance to start mixing up for the Universal or WWE Championship. Will we win it? I'd like to see it, but I do think Apollo gets a Duke here.
All right, let's just get Dave Grohl and Animal. Like I said, Kimmy, I'm very interested in your thoughts on this match.
Let's talk about Fastlane and that. I don't want to talk about that finish, but that ruined this thing for me, right? Because I was so excited, and then they just did that botch ass finish, and I'm like, I don't want to see this again with a stipulation to make it worse. Come on, WWE, a ladder match for the IC title to kick off night 2. Ooh. That's beautiful. But I'm going to go with Apollo Crews just cause.
All right. Well, there it is. Apollo Crews. Let's move on. Let's take it to now. I thought it was Bad Bunny versus Miz, but now it's Bad Bunny and Priest versus Miz and Morrison.
Makes it a little more tolerable.
Well, I'm willing to give everyone a chance.
I'm sorry. Bad Bunny versus Miz. I'm like, that's my bathroom break. 1-on-1.
I'm actually very intrigued by this match.
But now that it's a tag match, I'm like, okay, because Damian Priest deserves at least some sort of spotlight. They brought him up. It's brought in, I think, maybe to hide some of the flaws. I know Bad Bunny's a super fan. I know he wanted to do this, and God bless him. But it's just, so one way or another. Did I just hijack this? I'm sorry.
No, please tell me.
No, I'm just going to say, like,
whenever
they bring in a celebrity to mix it up in a match like this, most likely they're going to be on the winning end and probably get the pin. So it could be something where it's some sort of rocket launcher. Damian Priest launches it, right on top of Miz. Miz is taking the fall because he's the Miz, and he'll do that. because he's the best he's one of the best spokesperson celebrity that they have. He'll do that.
Absolutely, man.
That will go to John Morrison, who has lost I don't even know how many times in a row. John Morrison will be
taking right now. His hair is so fetch right now.
Hashtag wrestling fashion. Kimmy, Kimmy, your thoughts.
So this is funny, right? Because my friend is a huge my best friend's a huge Bad Bunny fan. That she very much sent me the TikTok that we made of Bad Bunny at the Rumble, and she was like, "Why did you not tell me Bad Bunny is in WWE? Oh my God, you have to record the match at Mania." And I'm like, "No."
You're like, "No, girl, go watch it yourself.
Go watch it on Peacock."
Yes,
Come
get
on,
Peacock.
Bro.
Get the Peacock. It's only a couple bucks.
So celebrities don't lose in matches, especially at WrestleMania. Bad Bunny and Damian Priest, with Morrison taking the pin, and they go on to do bigger and better things. Bad Bunny goes back home because he moved to Orlando. The Triple H media call, which I do respect, he moved to Orlando for 4 months to train the PC every day, and I very much respect that, especially as a celebrity, and you make that time and commitment. Maybe Damian Priest goes after the U.S. title after Mania.
Very, very well said, Kimmy. And I'm actually excited to see what Bad Bunny brings to the ring, because you mentioned that dedication. He's just not, a one-off. He's been there week in, week out, Saturday Night Live with the 24/7 championship. I know a lot of people that know music and appreciate him. So as a musician, I appreciate that. I'm not always about these celebrity appearances, but this one, he's done everything right. I have no reason to hate. He's jumping off the top rope. He's putting in the time at the PC. He's carrying the 24/7 belt on, national network TV. He's doing everything right. I'd like to see what he can bring to the table here. I think it's smart to make it a tag team match. I'm very open-minded to this. I'm excited for this. Bad Bunny is very, very talented. I'm excited to see what he can bring when he wins at WrestleMania. Bill.
I can't say I celebrate Bad Bunny's catalog, but I have so much respect for him. He put his $3.6 million Bugatti in a parking spot to allow Ms. Morrison to paint it. He's, like Kimmy said, moved to Orlando to learn. Like, this dude wants it. And we don't hear a lot about a lot of celebrities who want it. Remember Snooki at WrestleMania? She just was there for a paycheck. The Kardashians hosting. They're there for a paycheck. You know what I mean? They're there.
I don't remember any of that.
I forgot the Kardashians. I did remember Snooki.
That was at WrestleMania 24. Snooki was at WrestleMania 27. Come on, Rob.
Now that you bring it up, I remember it, but I don't remember it.
Can I virtually hand over my badge of wrestling encyclopedia to this young lady, please?
Yes.
I mean, sorry, brother. She's the goods. But
I'll just be the man who coined the pop culture podcast. That will be my moniker and my.
You're also a beautiful human being. Don't ever.
Oh, thank you. But
it's true. It's true. Go ahead, Bill.
This is what happens when I drink. I put everyone over. Dude, the purpose of I had a high school history professor who used to say, Bill, put in your papers, the purpose of this paper is to prove. For me, it's the purpose of this match is to get Damian Priest the rub and to make him a star. And this is what's going to happen. Because Damian Priest is going to be the ace of this match. He's going to be the guy who's going to go out there. And I'm not the biggest Damian Priest fan, but he's going to go out there and he's going to bust his ass. And I'm really happy because there is a small window for him because he's 40, if not older.
He's close to.
He's 37.
Oh, Jesus.
He's up there. I'm
even older than Damian Priest. God damn it. But anyway, you have a finite amount of time with Damian Priest. Make the most of it. And I think Bad Bunny's going to help him. It was a brilliant move by WWE. And anyone who thinks I'm just an AEW mark who just doesn't like anything WWE does, stop it. Because here's the thing. It was a brilliant move by WWE to bring in such a star like Bad Bunny. And to have him work with a guy you want to be the next star is just so smart. It's so smart. And the fact they made this a tag team with two guys, if they lose, it doesn't matter. Miz is a star. In fact, if Miz headlined WrestleMania this year, I'd be like, that's awesome. He deserves it.
Yeah.
John Morrison, if he loses, it doesn't matter. John Morrison is great.
Looks 10 years younger and still can wrestle better than guys 10 years younger than him.
Exactly. Yeah, they lose nothing by taking a pin from either guy.
No.
So yeah,
he'll be played on all the channels the next day. They'll be on there.
Exactly.
Yes, you're right. Best for business as
And Bad Bunny and I just called him Punishment Martinez. Bad Bunny,
Punisher Martinez.
Punishment Martinez, and Damian Priest, the Archer of Infamy. They're going to win this match. This is going to be this. I'm going to say this now. The sleeper match. This is going to be so much fun. To me, sorry guys, this will be like that Shaq Cody match that everyone's like, oh, this is going to suck. It's a celebrity in it. No, the celebrity in this match worked their ass off, and this is going to be so
Just
much
like the Stephen Amell like kind of SummerSlam match kind of.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's so much fun. This is going to be so much fun. It's going to be a great match, and the Bad Bunny Team Bad Bunny is going to win. It's going to be great.
Team Bad Bunny.
And like Kimmy said, you have to capitalize on this.
Yeah.
You have to get Damian Priest, put the rocket to him, let him
If
go.
he fights, if like you said, U.S. title, so if Sheamus wins, him and Sheamus, great. It'd be great.
God, that's gonna be
Two guys,
so
similar size
good.
and build, but different personalities,
but
different
Sheamus-
looks, everything like that. Yeah, totally.
But Sheamus is so good at taking people's moves.
Yeah.
He's so good at it. And
Well, because
him
with the
and-
pale skin, he marks like there's no one's business. It's you can just,
Exactly.
us Irish people know we know how to take a beating.
I mean, look at I can't wait to see how much Ciampa's chest is going to be like
Yeah.
like blood wrestle
Put some
bruised
respect on new
after
NXT
Walter
champion.
rips him and But anyway,
Well, Irish.
New NXT UK champion, by the way.
Ooh.
go ahead,
I like
Rob.
that.
Well-
Do that one more time.
Well, I wish that we take it to the next match now, and let's go to Asuka taking on.
Odds are better.
Hey, I'm working hard on these hashtag the pun disputed era. Is Rhea Ripley ready for Asuka? All I know is I am ready for that
Yes.
live musical performance for Rhea Ripley's entrance. It was one of the first things that we played on our soundbar here. That song is a banger. I am so excited of any entrance theme. I would love to see Bowling for Soup play Alexa Bliss out. Doesn't really make sense with what's going on with her right now. Still, I would love to see it.
Wish it happened last year.
Yeah, last year, of course.
You should have seen
obviously
Bowling
things
for
were going on.
RA.
What's that?
Bowling for Soup played like the Jersey Shore.
Oh, did they? I saw them at Warped Tour, and they stole like the whole tour. They were amazing. They were really, really good. But I digress. I think, and Kimmy's had a point on this. Like Asuka hasn't defended the title in about half a year. Correct me if I'm wrong. Officially,
September pre-show against Zelina Vega. Zelina Vegas ain't even in the company no more.
yeah. So I'll throw it to you
Time
first.
has gone by.
Go
of
ahead,
me.
Kimmy. Yeah, go ahead. Take
Okay.
over. No pun intended.
If Asuka wins, I will take over. Don't you worry. Okay, so if Asuka's going to win this, that means Becky or Ronda's going to come out on Monday. But
Not Ronda.
Oh, I don't want Ronda. I already told Bill.
It's confirmed.
Oh, I ranted to Bill earlier. Don't
No
you?
disrespect, but
But I want Rhea to win to just, fix the Raw. Hashtag fix the Raw Women's Division 2021. This needs to be a 5-minute match. I don't want it to be longer or shorter. A 5-minute match. Rhea just kills Asuka. Asuka goes away for a while, then comes back dominant. Refresh the whole character because Asuka's been so bland because you haven't been using her anyway. So Rhea Ripley, dominant 5-minute squash match. And that's copy and pasted by Bill's best friend, Kyle Masters.
really, Kyle says it. See, I wouldn't say 5 minutes. They're both amazing, and I say no disrespect to Asuka. Asuka's doing a great job. It's just strange to me the booking of Asuka not defending. Who knows what's going on behind the scenes? But I like what Asuka does. She's been great. She was criminally underutilized once called up to the main roster. I like what they're doing with her now, but she does need to defend that title. That being said, we knew it was going to be Charlotte. Asuka looked that way leading up to Mania. Obviously, it's not the case. Get well soon, Charlotte, if that is in fact the case, for sure. But obviously that's the most important thing. Heal up, get well. We love Charlotte here on the BCP. I digress. I think Rhea takes it, beats Asuka, but not in a 5-minute match. This could be a really good one. Rhea, I believe, lost last year. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Rhea
She
lost Charlotte, which might have been the match
It was
of the
going
whole.
to pay off, guys. It was totally going to pay off, and did it?
Rhea gets her first WrestleMania win here. Vacc.
Well, listen, Rhea beats Asuka in 5 minutes. That really kills Asuka because Asuka just had to pay a visit to the Hall of Famer Isaac Yankem DDS.
No.
There he is, Big Red Machine. There he is, Hall of Famer. Congratulations,
Put some respect on the name. Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer. But look, I always said I don't think they should push Rhea too fast. I love Rhea Ripley, love her. Okay, been a fan of her ever since I saw the Mae Young Classic 4 years ago. I said this girl's got something. I like her. But I'm going to say that because of the fact that we are going to get a surprise visit from the Queen, Charlotte interjects herself, makes it a triple threat because she's like, I challenge Asuka first. My challenge was never taken away. The match was not taken away. It should be a triple threat.
I'm okay with that.
And guess what? To everyone, to people who hate Charlotte, Charlotte's walking out with that belt because she should go back to being a heel. She is better as a heel. Okay,
that's the most WWE thing I've heard, and it makes.
I know they've tried to position her like, look, they had a good feud they were starting to do. I mean, it's kind of gross with her father Rick, but with her and Lacey, they were trying to make her Charlotte the face, friends Lacey the heel, and I'm like, this could have done something. Of course, real life actors came in. Lacey, congratulations, took that away. So if Lacey's not going to be coming back for like another year, have Charlotte unfortunately piss a lot of people off and have more people go after her. Rhea should now chase her.
Interesting. That I can see that happen. It's a very WWE.
So yeah, I'll go interject. You put a little asterisk next to that because she's not in the match, but Charlotte comes in and gets the belt.
Bill.
Rhea and Charlotte will collide at some point. I don't think it'll be at Mania. I love Kimmy's idea of doing a Taz, Mike Awesome, Masato Tanaka thing where the champ just gets steamrolled and you're like, holy shit, she just got annihilated. We did not see this coming because you need to establish Rhea Ripley as a force. And you want her to go against Charlotte. And you want this to be, she's like, I took out Asuka, the woman you barely could beat. I took her out in like 30 seconds or 5 minutes or whatever. You couldn't beat her. You know what I mean? You had a hard time with her. Actually, that was Becky Lynch, but never mind. It was just like, it took you X amount of minutes to beat her. I beat her in less time. And I'm here to beat you. And then Charlotte's like, well, I beat you at WrestleMania. We got a whole thing going. So Rhea's going to win this match. She's going to win it emphatically.
Charlotte took the moment away from Rhea 2 years in a row. You know that's going to light more fires under.
We'll see.
You know.
We'll see how it plays out.
The Nightmare. I'm not going to do the Australian accent.
SummerSlam, yeah, that's
SummerSlam.
There you go.
For sure.
There you go. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
I want to see blood. I want to see like coast to coast, brother. That's what I want to see.
Well, we'll see what.
Speaking of another dentist.
Oh gosh. All right, guys. Let's move on to the next one here. We have two of Bill's favorites, Randall Keith Orton taking on Bray Wyatt, the Fiend version 3.7, whatever it may or may not be.
Kentucky. He's either extra crispy Fiend or Kentucky Fried Fiend.
There it is. Kentucky Fried. There it is. Yeah, like
original recipe.
like we always say here, he's been one person who's just been untouchable and red hot, no pun intended, and then just ice cold. Like Bill didn't like that one. Like ice cold.
It was totally pun intended, by the way.
Oh yeah.
With you?
Hashtag pun disputed era. But it's weird to me. Like he's such like a popular character and was untouchable. And then there was just some really poor booking and decisions. And, you know, he would get ran through and then he's burned alive, but comes back only in the world of wrestling. But we say this and then comes back as you say, extra crispy, the Fiend. Orton, I think, has been doing a good. I know, Bill, but like I think Orton's been doing a really good job dealing with the supernatural stuff, kind of, navigating all the stuff going on with Bliss and the Fiend coming back and all that. Like he's playing along, I guess. So I don't know who the winner is here, Bill. I'll throw it to you first, man.
I know, like, the whole reason you had me on this podcast is, besides the fact I've been on every WrestleMania podcast.
That's it.
Since the podcast started, is that you just want me to, like, lose my shit over this match. But here's the thing. I don't care. I really don't care. This build has been so weird and so silly. It's just like, if the Fiend loses, what was the point of anything? It really is. It's just like, what is he? What does it mean? Like he's just the Hawaiian shirt Bray Wyatt, where
which I love too. I love him as that too. But
I absolutely did. I remember seeing him on NXT on Hulu back in the day, and I was like, this guy is amazing. But he lost every time. You would build him up, you would give him more magic or more intrigue. Every time he had a big feud, and then he would lose. So the thing is, even if you go to TV shows, how can you believe in, or horror movies even, how can you believe in the monster if the monster is easily defeated? So if the Fiend loses, what's the point? Like, what's the point with the Fiend? Have him go away. He should quit WWE and go elsewhere. You know what I mean? Wow. That's to the point of that, because it's just like, you can't just keep adding more to him to give us credibility. I know people like wins and losses to me at least do matter in this respect, because why was Rob's favorite Kane? Why was he such a monster? Why do we believe in him so much? He never really lost. He didn't leave his feet. I remember a match with The Rock where The Rock had to do Herculean things to get Kane off his feet. That means something. With The Fiend, he's lost so much in every big match he's had. It's just like, I can't believe in him. And other people, like the regular WWE universe would be, who isn't like, hasn't watched wrestling for 30 years, like I have and watched a ton of stuff. It's like, why do I believe in this guy if he can't win?
Wow.
And Randy Orton doesn't really lose at WrestleMania. If you look at his record, even when he loses, he doesn't take, though he loses the match. That Daniel Bryan match, Batista. Not Randy Orton. And whatever, you want to keep Randy Orton strong, that's fine. That's cool. But if Randy Orton wins, what's the point? And it's not Bill doesn't like Randy Orton. It just, for me, it's just like, what does that mean for The Fiend? What does that mean for Alexa Bliss? What does that mean for anything that's just happened? Where does Randy Orton even go if he beats The Fiend? To me, The Fiend has to win this match. Could I also see it being a wacky no decision? Yeah, I can. But in my personal opinion, The Fiend has to win, because then The Fiend could go after Drew McIntyre, and that would be a perfect time for Drew McIntyre to enlist fellow Scots person Nikki Cross, former best friend of Alexa Bliss, to combat her. Now that's logic, and WWE and logic doesn't always work, but it would be awesome.
Wow.
Then Randy Orton can move to SmackDown, and we can complete the trifecta with Edge. I think that really works.
Wow.
That would be very smart. However, again, Randy Orton doesn't really lose at WrestleMania. That's a thing they don't do. So I'm going to go with The Fiend, but would it shock me if Randy Orton won? No, it wouldn't.
Wow. Very, very.
But that wasn't a rant. That wasn't me getting upset. I'm just saying very calmly, that is what's going to happen.
That was great,
That was
Bill.
beautiful.
No, you hit it right on the head.
Like, listen,
the booking made
it's just
sense.
like, give me the Oscar.
That was great.
Book.
Really good job, man. And it's like you say, like it makes it hard to believe in the character. You hit it right on the head. It's like me with Christian Bale as a Batman. Like I just never bought it. I did not like those movies. I never believed he was Batman. I love Batman.
Rob,
I'm in the minority. I already know this.
Rob,
You are in the minority.
my blood pressure is okay right now. Glad you just said that. My fist is clenching.
Kevin
I'll
Conroy.
say so many things about you right now, but I won't, because you're.
He's a great actor. He's a great actor. I never believed him as. I know Batman, dude.
Stop.
Right. I digress.
Cut it off.
It's about WrestleMania, not Batman.
If you
Exactly.
want to watch any of NXT tonight, I'm gonna stop right now because it's just like,
Really?
yeah. It's like I will die on that hill.
Wow.
And I'm gonna take a lot of people with me, including
There is. To your
Andy
point.
Stark, who, by the way, in your poster looks like Christopher Daniels. I've been looking at this. I'm like, Christ, he looks like Christopher Daniels.
Nice.
But yeah, I don't give a shit about this match either. Like, I'm going to watch Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly for the second time during this match. Like, I don't care.
Nice.
And because, first off, I love Adam Cole. He is the best. I've said he's the new Ric Flair, and I believe that.
Wow.
I've said that for like ever. So yeah, I love Adam Cole.
But to your point, Bill, and you did hit it right on the head. If you don't believe in the character, that makes it very tricky. So I guess the Fiend kind of has to win here. I'll go the Fiend. I don't think this hurts Orton, and I like that move to SmackDown. That makes a lot of sense, completing the trifecta with Edge. Kimmy.
So I'm going to touch on your Randy Orton moving thing, because that to SmackDown is going to get in turn of Baron Corbin, who just went to Raw for no reason. So that's your trade-off, Raw gets Baron, SmackDown gets Orton. Anyway.
I would love it if they did more trades and announced it, and we had like gamesmanship.
Oh, I know. Me and you are on the same level here. I agree with you. But I have a lot of problems with this match. How is this no stipulation?
How is this not cinematic?
Exactly. How is this match with all the BS magic and fire? How is this just a regular one-on-one match?
Because it's going to be done in 2 minutes.
But it just
Good. Good.
I'm not saying it shouldn't be.
But that's my problem with this. There's no stipulation in this, so this already doesn't make sense. The other thing that doesn't make sense either is like, is Alexa getting involved? Is there not going to be a ref? Like, I have so many freaking questions about this match that no one's freaking answering. And the worst part is and I'm not going to rant about the whole go home show for Raw. You know what they showed for this match? A video package. Orton wasn't on there. The Fiend wasn't on there. Alexa wasn't on there. We showed a video package. The same video package that will be shown before this match on Sunday. So, sneak peek, guys. But I agree with Bill. It doesn't make sense for Orton to win. If you built the Fiend up this much to have him reincarnate himself again, I feel like we can have like a counter to compare how many times the Big Show has turned heel and face and how many times Bray Wyatt has had to like reinvent himself. From Husky
Harris, that Big Show Talk is Jericho podcast. They'll talk all about that.
Ooh, because you went from Husky Harris, Hawaiian, then like him with Orton, like it just goes on and on and on. It just doesn't make sense to me. So the Fiend hopefully wins. Hopefully it's a short match too. Like maybe, we'll just have all the short matches on night two. Because that's just logic. Fiend.
Going with the Fiend, Vacc, you're saying a 2-minute match.
I feel like the Fiend's going to squat. Like I said, there's no point for the Fiend not to win this match. But, look, first of all, I think his entrance in this 40,000 people. Oh, thank you. I think his entrance is going to be incredible.
Doesn't bother me.
His entrance is going to be incredible with 40,000 people. The Fiend's entrance, because his entrance is always great, just like Bray Wyatt's entrance is always great with the Firefly lights. But I feel like I want Bray to get back to the cult leader. I want him to get back to that. I feel like after he got set on fire, he could have been like, imagine his promo saying, "Randy, you're a snake. You shed your skin." He's a guy's like, "Well, I shed my skin too." And he could be like somewhere he's like scarred and just get his own cult back together. It needs to be that redneck Charles Manson like kind of thing.
You're saying go back to that.
Such a good gimmick. I love it.
It's so great. It's been one of the best gimmicks of any federation for the last decade.
I agree.
It's so creative. Wyndham Rotunda, yes, I'm using his real name. Is just one of the best storytellers that they've got, and he's invested so much in that character.
They've invested so much, yet done so little.
He's invested so much. Yeah. I mean, put it this way: he's invested so much.
Yeah,
just so little things, just like just the lantern and having like the creepy mask behind him, and just like, look, get Killian Dane back in his stable.
Stop teasing me with a good time, Michael.
No, Killian Dane, have Nikki Cross. And have like the fact that Nikki Cross and Killian Dane are obviously real life husband and wife, have them called Brother Cross, Brother Dane, but then have them get like kind of like, almost like flirty with each other. But the fact that they're weird. Like he calls them brother and sister, it's going to be really weird and creepy. Have a little bit of like that backwoods like cult kind of thing to it. Have a little bit, draw a little bit of that line. If you want to go horror movie, go a little bit of like that disgusting like wrong turn. It would sell and it would be good. And no matter what, if he's got a couple people, he's going to be a good threat for when he does face McIntyre. I agree. Look, the Firefly Funhouse was cool and it was fun and I thought it was cheesy and I love like the deranged Mr. Rogers and the Fiend, cool entrance, but he can't do any promos as the Fiend. You got to utilize one of the best promo guys you have. And I would love to see him go back. He doesn't have to go back to the Hawaiian shirt. It could be just some other kind of like, raggedy flannel. And like maybe like a different hat, and maybe like a fedora that's got a little bit of like charring to it, just kind of to show the fact that he's like, I'm a little bit damaged now.
You just go with Kimmy's backwards hat that she's.
That's copyrighted. That's signature.
Yes, but she looks like very adorable, and Bray Wyatt's supposed to be kind of like a little menacing.
It's
have him get a little bit of like charred teeth from the fire. Have like a couple things like that, not like missing teeth. Just have like one thing. Have a little bit of like scarring on his like the side of his eye.
It's a perfect example of putting a hat on a hat, except you're putting a mask on a mask, essentially.
He'll sell it. Look at my man right here. I'm a Breaking Bad fanatic. Bryan Cranston found the pork pie hat and used it to add to the character of Heisenberg. Let Bray Wyatt or Wyndham just find another piece and have him go back to like, I don't know, go back to that Bray Wyatt character.
But the Fiend wins this one.
Sorry, short answer, yes. Fiend wins.
No, man. I appreciate your passion. Like he's always been one of your favorites, man.
I just, me.
I never saw you really excited for the Fiend, though. Yeah.
You know why? Because look, we talked about the storylines being so crappy leading up to this Mania. You have one of the best storytellers. I'm a huge fan of storytelling in movies and TV. That's why they're really great ones. And Bray Wyatt, his character and the guy behind him is one of the best storytellers. Let's just come on, bring that back.
Yeah. All right. Well, very interesting. Let's move on to the next one. This is something I've been saying on the podcast for a long time. I thought Drew would be walking in with the title going into this one. I'm very happy to see Lashley with that title. I think a lot of us are. Breaking up the Hurt Business makes no sense to me. Lashley looks great with that title. No, maybe I'm the minority here, but this is for Drew to get the win in front of the live crowd. Again, this is the thing I'm most excited for is the live crowd, the pops. I think Drew gets to win the championship in front of a live crowd. This is why he lost the title. I do think Bobby Lashley did deserve it in big part to the MVP of Raw, Montel Vontavious Porter himself, MVP. I think this might be one of those matches like we always say with Drew, 3 finishers. Each guy starts with 3 finishers, just like in 2K, and we'll see what happens. I mean, Drew ran through Brock last time. No disrespect to either of the competitors here, but Drew gets the title.
They're not paying Brock overtime. He's not moving forward in 5 minutes.
He's not going. He's not putting on A material for. He's not putting. Someone take over. I can't.
Okay, I'll go.
Kimmy.
Yes. Kimmy, could you please give us your prediction for this title match?
So the bottom 3 matches, right? I feel like you're just going to change my whole thought process on this.
I do.
And I'm really scared for what you're going to change it to. But here's my thing, right? Because I like that Bobby has the title as our host is dying in the corner. I like that Bobby has the title, and I think that he deserves it. And I think the true story here, which they had just got into on Monday, is that they both had to leave WWE to become successful. Because when they were here...
Just use the letters TNA, guys. Just fucking say it.
Please do it.
Acknowledge it.
But my other problem with this, too, and this is why I'm really hoping that this is the starting match, is the one time that these two did wrestle on WWE programming, it did not main event. It was Backlash, and it was when Orton and Edge did the greatest match ever. So the fact that this has a chance to possibly main event Mania, I'm sorry. But the point is like, this has a chance to main event, and it couldn't even main event a regular WWE pay-per-view. And now you're going to do a slap in the face to Sasha and Bianca and potentially have this main event is ridiculous. But I just feel like WWE's going to be WWE and give Drew his time. I was kind of hoping that they inserted Brock to make this a triple threat match, or even just do Brock and Bobby and originally just do Sheamus and Drew, because that's just more appealing to me. This match really isn't that appealing to me either. This is just like a whatever. So Drew's going to get his moment and hopefully move on to something bigger and better. And I'm hoping Keith Lee just comes back and maybe beats Drew for the title.
Wow.
And that's a very bold move, because I know that's not going to happen. But prayers to Keith Lee, because I don't know if it's medical or just he's in the PC. Oh, well, one of my people told me that it was because I know my people. No, it's my friend.
I thought Kimmy sources.
Let's hear it.
Oh, that
If this
when
is off the record, I'm going to give you a journalism lesson. If this was off the record, don't say it on a podcast.
No, it's fine. When Keith Lee had COVID, his oxygen levels are still down.
Oh wow! Oh my gosh, I hadn't heard that.
Keith Lee's just a wonderful guy. That sucks.
That's tough.
Oh, if that's the case,
I think he lost a lot of people. If you watch his documentary, I think he lost a lot of family and friends to everything. Man, that's crazy. Well, get well, man.
I'll break an NXT pre-show result for you guys.
Zoe starts one. I have it on.
Yeah, I'm good. I don't want anything.
Tony Storm, fucking best pusher.
I know.
I like reacting naturally. I don't like reading stuff. But anyway, let's go. Let's see, Vacc, I'll throw it to you. If you do that Brock Lesnar thing, it took me like 5 minutes to get myself together.
I'm sorry.
Don't do it again. No, it was great. But what do you got?
Rita!
Look at a cow. Now you got it in my head. I'm laughing, but I'm not going to do it.
We're done.
No, like you said about the narrative that both guys had to leave.
Sorry.
That's okay. The narrative, you said Kimmy and I like the fact that they're like, they both had to leave. It took them 15 plus years to get to the top. And I know in real life, that's why Drew wanted them to main event. But look, Lashley was originally a face. He took out the Miz in 2 minutes, everything like that.
Oh yeah.
But then he looks like a wuss. He shouldn't look like a wuss when he's saying, "Oh, locker room, go beat up Drew, and I'll give it." No, you have the Hurt Business. You built. You're the dominant general of the Hurt Business.
I mean, that's old school wrestling 101. It's just like, I'm putting a bounty on this son of.
He shouldn't be a cowardly heel. Miz against McIntyre, cowardly heel. Miz against Lashley, cowardly heel.
Should have been MVP.
Lashley should be like, I'm bigger than you are. I'm the baddest man. I got my boys with me. I got Cedric. I got Sheldon. I got MVP.
Not anymore.
We dominate Raw. That's what this should have been. It should have been like, all I need is my.
Hear me out, Mike. And I think you'd agree with this. If MVP went to the locker room without Lashley and said that, I'm going to give anyone like $50,000 to whoever beats Drew McIntyre, or you get a title shot against Lashley at Mania if you take him out, and then Lashley gets pissed and turns on MVP because of that. That makes Lashley way stronger. I agree. So I agree with you. Like, it should not have been Lashley trying to get Drew taken out. It should have been MVP.
It could have been somewhere like, if somebody. It could have been somewhere like MVP was like, hey, if anybody wants to step up to McIntyre and beats him, you can join the Hurt Business. Maybe you can join up with us. Could be something like that. But it should be the fact that we got each other. They're coming out in the suits. They came out with the gold, and that's why Cedric and Sheldon should still be tag champs, by the way. But I know it's like for another to promote the other match. But the Hurt Business never should have broken up. They should still be together. They should be walking in dominant. It reminds me of Team Angle from WrestleMania 19.
Yep.
Hurt had his boys with him. He had Sheldon and Charlie Haas. And he's like, we're Team Angle. All we need is each other. We're the best pure wrestlers this business has ever seen. We can take out Brock. We can handle Brock. But then when it came down for the showtime, Angle's like, I'm facing Brock one-on-one. Me and him one-on-one to prove who's the best. But, they didn't do that. Sorry.
No, it's all good, man.
McIntyre gets his moment. He gets the belt back.
Rob is looking at his watch. He's like 2 minutes.
No. He is. He's probably smelling.
Bodkin is logging into TNTTrauma.com to watch.
Mine's on. Don't worry.
We've already. Yeah, don't tell me nothing. We've already passed that mark, but that's okay. And Mike,
I told you. I told you it was gonna happen.
I can tell, Mike, that you're invested, but you want to be more invested. I get what you're saying for sure. And in some of these, Rob as a character, there's much to be desired in a lot of these feuds. And, the world's been a crazy place. That's no excuse or anything like that. But hopefully this will kind of be like the road to something better. And having that fan response there will play a key factor moving forward in storyline and such. Let's talk about the match I'm most excited for.
We didn't get to either Kimmy or I with our responses on that match.
I started it.
You didn't ask me.
Didn't you check in?
No.
Oh, you came in when Mike was talking. Okay,
no, I'm sorry.
We're all over the place.
I got long-winded.
We're all over the place.
No, please.
So I'm going to say that, like, the thing that sucks, that WWE painted itself into a corner, saying like, hey, they did such a great job with Bobby Lashley as a champion, because everyone wants to see Bobby Lashley as a champion because he's worked so goddamn hard to be the champion. But it's, of course, Verizon's not letting me watch Dynamite. God damn it. It's
what?
Like, so yeah, it's being weird. So anyway, it's like Drew's going to win this. Drew deserves to win this in front of people. He absolutely does. I love when Drew left. He went to Scotland. He carried ICW on his back. He did in the Indies. He did TNA. He's never beat Bobby Lashley for a title. Which is fun in a title match, because he lost all those TNA championships. But he did win it on Raw, so that negates that argument. Apologies. But I think that Drew does win this. It just sucks that Bobby Lashley didn't get a multi-month run with this. He should have won this at the Rumble. He should have won this earlier. You could have built this earlier, built this out longer. The Hurt Business breaking up was dumb.
Yeah.
But I think Drew wins it. It just sucks because there's a better story to be told if this had more time. And Bobby Lashley even said that. If this had more time, it'd be so much better. Yeah. And by the way, MVP, don't discount him as one of the most valuable people WWE has had over the last.
Totally.
No, I'm not talking to you guys. Just the pop culture audience. One of the most important people in WWE from 2020 to 2021. Absolutely, 100%. Modern era Bobby Heenan.
Good stuff. And I think we're all on the same page here that Drew does win and gets that reaction in front of the crowd, which I've been saying for a long time. But let's get to the match that I've been most excited for. The boss. It's boss time. That's for you, Nunes. Sasha Banks taking on Bianca Belair, who we've been a fan of for a very long time. She has been killing it, man. We saw her at that house show, in Tom's River. Just phenomenal. We got to take a picture with her.
Such a sweetheart, too. Total.
Yeah. Very nice. The real deal. I think she's operating at 30%, and I'm not talking injury because they're holding her back. She can do such amazing things. She's going to show up and show out, take over this match. This is one I could kind of see like, oh man, maybe she might run through Sasha. But if we're main eventing this thing, we're going to give it time as they should. This is going to be a wrestling match, and this is going to be the Bianca Belair highlight reel. I love that moment when she won the Rumble. She was a lot of our picks, but I am personally, as a fan, invested in her. I would love to see her win the title on the grandest stage of them all. Bianca Belair wins the Rumble, takes on the boss at WrestleMania, main events night 1, and walks out. Your SmackDown Women's Champion, Kimmy.
I'm torn on this so much. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Because here's my thing with Sasha, and Kyle mentioned this to me too. What is Sasha known for? Sasha is known for short title reigns. Sasha is known for someone who loses a pay-per-view after she wins. And luckily she's had a somewhat long title reign because she won the title back in Hell in a Cell in October, and now it's April. So good job. You kept the title for a good 4 or 5 months if I could do mental math in my head, which probably isn't right. Yeah, I can't either. My C+ in math shows that last semester. Anyway, but I feel like Bianca needs this because I feel like the point of WrestleMania is that it's a fresh start for everything. It's a fresh start for Raw. It's a fresh start for SmackDown. You get new championships. You get new feuds. You get all this new stuff, which is why it makes so much sense for Bianca to win. But is Sasha really only going to be known for having a SmackDown title reign for 5 months? Because she hasn't won at Mania. She's not won at a WrestleMania. Wow. And for someone as talented as Sasha, that sucks.
Wow.
And with meaning how big this match is, because this is the first time 2 African Americans who have potential to main event a WrestleMania for a championship, it's huge. And the fact that Sasha, it just makes me so torn because it makes so much sense for both to win. But I got to go with what WrestleMania is. New stars, new faces, new feuds. Bianca Belair in what will probably be the best match of night 1.
Wow. Very well said, Kimmy. And Kimmy with the stats. I love it. Vacc, you had some nice words to say about Bianca earlier. Your thoughts on this match?
Listen, this is going to be the main event of night 1 because she is the Rumble winner. It's going to be a great match. It really is. And it's going to make Bianca a star. The next, next big star is going to be coming. Next big face, one of the top female, faces of the company. I can see, and what you said about Sasha, I think the fact that she's never won at WrestleMania, and the fact that she knows she has a chip on her shoulder from a couple years ago, and the fact that the women, first time women ever made event in WrestleMania, she's like, I should have been a part of that. She said that in an interview. She's like, I deserve to be a part of that in real life and her character. So I can see her going balls out. With Bianca, and having an amazing match. And Bianca, has her coming out party. She wins it big time, middle of the ring, emotional, goes to shake Sasha's hands, and Sasha just ignores the handshake and walks out, pissed off, to eventually set up a feud where she's basically saying, no, I'm the better person. And, and Sasha's just better as a heel. Look at her earlier stuff in NXT as a heel. She's so good in that role.
True.
She did it with Bayley when they were together, but solo, being the boss. Now she's going to be like, I'm the star. I'm the boss. I'm not having this new fresh young toy come and take my spot. And she ruined my moment at Mania again. So, no, I'm not showing her respect. I'm not shaking her hand. No.
Wow. Mike taking it that step further.
But it won't matter because then Bianca will just give her a little bit of a side eye as Sasha walks out all pissed off, I'm not shaking her hand, and walks out. But then Bianca has a big smile, holds up the belt.
This is a big pop.
Fireworks,
this is
fireworks,
a big crowd
fireworks.
pop. Yeah, this is a big
fireworks.
Really nice moment and night 1.
Yeah. But then it could be built up for the week saying, hey, Sasha, why didn't you shake Bianca's hand?
Oh, okay.
This is also how you can insert Bailey back on TV with
Yes.
Bianca and Bailey's history.
Well, Sasha does the whole "I don't need to explain to you why I'm a heel. You know why, right, Rob?
Don't get me started on that.
You
Man.
know why.
Trying to be excited for.
Can they coexist? And you know why. Two of WWE's favorite things.
Go ahead, Bill.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to more eloquently say anything that Kimmy or Mike has not said. I think this is if you have the opportunity to create a new headliner, and this is why you do it. I think the build to this I remember at the Royal Rumble podcast, I was like, you could have a Rock Austin style build where these two are just jawing at each other and talking because they're so confident they know who they are. And it's just like the professional rivalry. Instead, we got Can They Coexist, and they lost to Shayna and Nia, and that was just crap. It was awful. This build has been shit. It's been terrible. What will save this is the fact they're great.
But that's the thing. We're still looking forward to it. We're still looking forward to it.
The fact we're saved by the fact these two are great. And when my first ever time on the Bob Culture podcast, I told Rob this before. I said Sasha Banks is going to be the crossover breakout star for WWE. This was 4 or 5 years ago.
Wow.
And you know who was right? Graybeard. Because I do think Sasha Banks is going to take a little time off from WWE to go film Mandalorian season 3, which she was excellent in season 2. And I loved every second of her being
I would have liked to see more of her, but she was good.
You know what? When you can get 6-year-old Sophie Bodkin to just be like, oh, that's the wrestler who's in Star Wars. She's awesome. That's all you need, guys.
Can't wait till Bill and Sophie win the SmackDown tag team titles.
But that is never. But that is the I have no athletic ability. But that's the thing WWE needs. They need that crossover appeal. And Sasha most likely might leave for Mandalorian season 3. So putting it on Sasha Bianca makes a lot of sense. You need to grow her. You need to build her. And man, wouldn't it be great if her first feud was with Bailey, the woman who was taken off, who was not even booked for this show. She doesn't even go here, guys. Although I do feel like if Ronda Rousey is coming back, maybe Bailey jumps the rail, says something, and then is gonna end up getting beat up by Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania. Because that's another way to get Ronda back in, because I know, Kimmy, you hate it, but you know what? They ain't paying her to sit on the sidelines for 2 years. They're getting their money's worth. And what better way to reintroduce her than to have her with one of the best heels who can make everyone boo her and no one will boo Ronda, and who can take care of Ronda in the ring than Bailey. Bailey is one of the best wrestlers in the world right now, in my opinion. But I think right now, Sasha is going to lose to Bianca, and what's going to be one hell of a main event. Put the belt on the EST. You've got plenty of opportunities to have her be challenged from a lot of talented women. Bring up Toni Storm, by the way, and have her challenge her. It's just my opinion, but it won't happen. So yeah, Bianca, totally. It'd be great. She's awesome. She's worthy. She's ready. She's a worthwhile champion, and she will be a star for WWE.
Yeah, very well said. And we know Ronda. She don't give a damn about her bad reputation. So let's take it to. Yeah, you knew it was coming. It's been a couple of years since I used that one.
No, it's every podcast where I say she's coming back. Bill.
Yeah, so it's both of us. Really.
Back. And you're like, it didn't happen, Bill. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm always wrong.
Not for the Rumble, but let's go to what I would assume would be the main event for night 2. Kimmy called this months ago that this was going to be a triple threat. So shout to you, Kimmy. Roman Reigns, the head of the table, much like Mike is over at the Vacciano household, taking on Daniel Bryan, taking on the returning Edge, who I did not think was going to win the Rumble, but a lot of you guys picked Edge, and I was very surprised to see this play out the way it did. I thought we were going to see Edge and Orton again at some point. But this is very interesting. I'm actually in the minority. I like triple threat matches. I know a lot of people don't like them, and sometimes it doesn't work, but I particularly like them. I just think you take the heel face tweener in this equation. I think that's very interesting to me. I think this match is about recreating that Daniel Bryan moment with Batista in the yes lock, the no lock, whatever you want to call it. And just being a massive mislead. The fact that Roman did tap, we're riding that wave a little bit right now. I think it's just a massive, massive misdirect where Roman, solidifies himself. And going back to what we talked about earlier, the crowd reaction to Roman. And this is how we end night 2 of WrestleMania with, even WWE kind of wondering how will people react to Roman. Daniel Bryan doesn't need this. I know a lot of people want Edge to get this. I used to be a huge fan of Edge, not so much anymore. But
why?
I just think
hold on. I didn't get to NXT, but why are you not?
Why?
I mean, I want to go into it. It's outside the ring stuff
because it doesn't make any sense.
It's outside the ring stuff, nothing to do with TV stuff. But
okay,
yeah,
live something celebration.
No, that is not it.
I know it was not live. It was backstage.
Yeah, we won't even entertain
on this day. Comes clearly, everything has come to light.
Wait. That was where the way to break the tension there. But I think Roman Reigns totally just not run through these guys. There's that huge misdirect moment. There's a lot of hope for Edge to win it. There's a super lot of hope for Daniel Bryan to win it. If they recreate that kind of triple threat with Batista, Orton, and Daniel Bryan. But this is Reigns' time, and I know Reigns wins a lot, but this is different this time. They've gotten it right. Hey, I'll even go further. Little fantasy booking here. The Rock shows up at the end. It's in Florida. Rock comes out at the end. You're the head of the table. It's a showdown. Cut the camera, fade out. We'll see how that plays out. I mean, isn't The Rock in Florida, or is he in Hollywood?
No.
He's in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Oh, is he? Oh, wow, I was way off.
Listen.
I mean, I was getting out there.
You need to book that a year in advance.
Planes exist, as does.
I thought you were going to kill me for that.
No, I think that's going to be the main event for the Dallas Stadium. I feel like for AT&T Stadium, I feel like a Roman and The Rock for head of the table.
Right.
I think that's the deal. That and Ronda and Becky. I think that's your co-main events.
I like your first. I like your first idea, but Bill, go ahead.
Trust me, it's a money feud. WWE, as evidenced by this show, does not have the headliners. So I mean, come on, that's those two are money right now.
Oh yeah.
Those two matches. It's such a weird match. This is so weird. It's like WWE very got skittish on Edge and are like,
But it's almost a fantasy match if you think about it. Something you play in a video game with the injuries and old school, new school.
I feel like Daniel Bryan is the safety valve. Hangman Page with the buckshot. It's my favorite guy. But the thing is, it's just like Daniel Bryan is there to ensure, because like I said at the opening of this podcast, and I preface this by saying it, this is the first time we see Roman Reigns as a heel in front of a live crowd, and the first time Edge is wrestling in front of a live crowd. So Daniel Bryan is that safety valve. So just in case anything happens with Edge, Daniel Bryan's there. If people start doing what they do and not going to the script for WWE with Roman Reigns, Daniel Bryan's there to make sure Roman Reigns is a heel. So he's the guy who's going to keep order. He's the big boss man. He's going to keep law and order going. And I honestly believe that
our time. Sorry.
A lot of singing.
Oh God, don't get me started. I did musical theater in high school. But that's
another episode right there.
Yeah.
Dude, I did 8 shows. I was awesome. I played an animal many a time. Not here nor there. But yeah, I think Daniel Bryan's there just to make sure nothing goes awry. And I think, but it's crazy that the Edge storyline, that's what's weird about this whole thing. It's so similar to Batista that it's a matter of he starts out as a face, he wins the Royal Rumble, then he turns to a heel, and then we're going into that triple threat. It's so weird because it's almost like they're not sold on Edge as the guy. And I don't know why, because Edge has shown he did that match with Jimmy Uso?
Jimmy's with the knee injury.
Jey Uso.
He'll be back.
He looked great. He looked awesome in that match. I don't know why, but it's just, I think he's the fail-safe, and he's the guy who's going to eat the pin. And I think Roman Reigns we've already seen Daniel and Roman have great chemistry together, and they can have a great match. And I think Roman Reigns wins this match. It gives an opportunity for Edge and Roman to have a feud for a little bit. Then we move into that Randy Edge feud, and then Roman can eventually move into a feud with whom? Kimmy's favorite guy, Seth Rollins. Mr. Bam Bam Bigelow jacket himself, Seth Rollins. We're gonna have that feud, and then we eventually move into The Rock, and it would be great, dude. I would love it if The Rock came out at the end of that show and it was just like, head of the table, see you in a year.
Nice.
I got things to do, but I'll see you in a year. Roman Reigns should win this match. He should choke out Daniel Bryan because Roman Reigns deserves that win.
Yeah.
And he's not, and we have to discount the last few months of him being a heel because it's never been done in front of a live crowd. And that's going to be real interesting. I think it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, that's great, Bill. Really, really well said. And it's been just like a hard year for everyone since the last WrestleMania. Like, let's get some of these moments. Let's make it happen now. I feel like you even said, Bill, like it's so important to the world. This is one of the biggest mass gatherings since COVID and the pandemic and all that, man. Like, man, maybe it would be better for The Rock to kind of check in here. And I thought you guys were going to kill me for that, but like just to get fans hyped for wrestling again. And I know we have been, but just like kind of that next level thing. Let's go over the top here. Let's go all out. We have fans. We're getting through this. We're moving on. Vacc, I know you have some thoughts on some guys that you really like in this match.
No, I'm going to keep it brief because I'm getting hungry and I want to see this. But
man,
I said this at the Rumble podcast that Roman heel turn has been the best thing about WWE in the last 12 months. And
yeah,
it's been handled incredibly well. I'm excited to see it with a live crowd. I feel like he's going to get a decent amount of cheers, everything like that. I mean, granted, no one's going to cheer him over Daniel Bryan. Never. But look, I've said whoever won the Rumble and whoever Roman faces at Mania, Roman needs to, will win. He needs to keep this going. Absolutely. And if he drops the belt, maybe he'll drop it for a month or two, like later in the summer or early or like fall. But
he does need the belt to face Rock for sure.
Of course. But Roman is just too damn hot right now. You don't take it off him. Right. This has been incredible. I love the fact that they pulled the trigger on this. They never did with Cena, even though we all want to kind of see him do it. He never did. So he did it with Roman. And it works. Yeah. It's just great. So, Roman.
Love it, Mike. Very well said. And one thing you're very high on. Kimmy, take us home. And thank you guys for staying this long. I very much appreciate it.
Rock and Reigns is going to happen in Cali, 39. I'll start with that. We're going to do it where the whole family can watch it in their wheelhouse in California. So I'll start there. And I'm going to WrestleMania in Dallas. And I would love that to be the main event. But y'all going to have to wait another year. Sorry.
Next year, it'll be about the Taker and Hall of Fame induction ceremony in his home state. That's what it's going to be next year.
Kimmy's going to be working Mania. Who we kidding here?
He's going to be headlining Mania.
I mean, I'll be working WrestleCon, but who knows where I'll be. Anyway, there's a lot to this match because there's so much story here because everyone in this match had to relinquish a championship. Everyone had that heartbreak moment, whether it was Bryan having to relinquish 2 titles and retiring, Edge's retirement, Reigns having to relinquish because of cancer. We've all seen these heartbreaking moments. To even have this match after 2 out of the 3 people have been told they will never wrestle again. This is more, there's more to this. This is a huge deal.
Have they brought that up, by the way, on WWE TV?
Of course they didn't.
Oh, they didn't, right?
So
because they'll make you know why? Because they'll make Roman and Edge sympathetic. They don't want to make them sympathetic in this.
But here's the thing, like Prime Target, which was done by a guy who did OTT, who did the Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly feud. If they made everyone sympathetic in this, then everyone's pulling for everyone, and you're just like, I don't know who I want to win. That would be awesome. Like, let's have a gray area in that match. That'd be so great because now it's just like the result is up in the air, and you want everyone to win because I can't pick the guy. That's great for me. For me, at least, it's great. But I mean, like, they didn't do that. It's a missed opportunity.
Everything's a missed opportunity with WWE. Haven't we learned that?
I mean, I have.
Yeah, but the Roman heel turn's working so well. You can't.
For right now.
No, but I mean, no, you're right. Back, you're right. The Roman heel turn is there, but
if they were all faces, and you all talked about the fact that, like you said, Roman had cancer, he dropped the belt. Edge and Daniel Bryan.
And you know who does all the talking for Roman? Paul Heyman. Everyone hates Paul Heyman.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is your fault. First of all, I told you my predictions lasted like an hour. Who does a prediction show at 6:30 with so many matches and two people who you know are going to go in depth with theories?
You knew, yeah, but you know what? We actually got this done pretty
It's
well.
a no one. It's a no one
such
situation.
a long freaking card. We thought we were going to toil through this.
Exactly. So you're going to have to wait till I'm done with my triple threat predictions. You're waiting, buddy.
No, that's fine.
She's laying.
I clearly have no control.
If I'm watching TakeOver,
Yeah, that's his way of doing it.
Dude, I've already watched the first match of AEW.
yeah, I have Dynamite on my computer in another tab. I'm watching NXT on mute, and you're going to have to wait too.
Take your time,
Anyway.
Timmy, no rush.
Back to the main event of WrestleMania. I compare this also to Ronda, Charlotte, and Becky because I feel like Becky takes the role of Daniel Bryan as the ultimate face that everyone wants to win. You have Ronda in kind of that Roman phase where she's the dominant one, and you have Charlotte take the place of Edge, who has the multiple championships and this huge-ass resume. I know that kind of doesn't make sense by Bill's disappointing shame look over here. Oh, you get it?
I get it. I'm watching AEW.
Oh, I was like the shame face already. No,
Trust me, I would tell you if I was disappointed in you.
He's traumatized
Okay.
by that shame bell.
No. I have I am a dad, and Vacc will back me up. We have I'm disappointed. I'm not mad. I'm disappointed in you. Look.
okay.
And
I was really.
And Kimmy, you're never gonna get there. Don't worry about it.
Ha ha, Kyle. Anyway,
Yeah.
this confuses me because everyone has a reason to win, and I feel like whoever gets the pin here, the other two people are gonna have another match at Backlash.
Yeah.
So if Bryan gets out of here, you're gonna have Edge and Roman at Backlash. So that's the way you're gonna go anyway.
Listen, I want Daniel Bryan to end here. He becomes a freelancer, goes to New Japan. I mean, that's what I want to see. But I mean,
He's gotta be a dad.
so do I right now. But
Yeah, I'm
Roman Reigns.
Yeah, good.
That's who I'll pick. Roman Reigns.
Great pick, Kimmy. And guys, thank you so much for spending 2 hours here doing this whole prediction show. I very much appreciate you guys taking the time here. Before we get out of here, we'll keep it real quick, all about that shameless promo. Let's hit it up. Bill, hit him with it.
okay, so follow me on Twitter at Bodkin Writes, WRITES, if you must. It's mostly wrestling and retweeting stuff from thepopbreak.com. We are covering everything from music, movies, TV, digital trends, anime, pro wrestling, comic books. We're covering all that every single day. Follow us on Twitter at the Pop Break /popbreak.com. All spelled on Facebook at the Pop Break on Instagram. Follow my podcast, the Socially Distanced Podcast, which you can find on Apple, Google, Anchor, and Spotify every single Thursday. Also, follow Pop Break TV, follow the Breakcast, follow And the Winner Still Is, and the Way Too Early Oscar Predictions Podcast on all the platforms I just mentioned. Of course, I will be tomorrow. I don't know when this podcast is dropping. Tomorrow, I will be co-hosting as a fill-in on the All Elite podcast with my best friend, Kyle Masters, on every social media platform, including Twitch and YouTube. So I'm going to do that, and that's going to be rad. And of course, I am a regular contributor on the Bob Culture Podcast, and this is the best podcast you can be on that I don't host.
I love it, Bill. Always great to have you, man. Kimmy, hit us with that shit.
Real quick, I'm going to do this, and then
Love it. Hit us, Kimmy. Go ahead.
All right. On YouTube at Kimmy Talks Wrestling, Twitter at Kimmy_Dumabweed because Twitter decided to give me a scare and almost shut down my account, but I got it back anyway. Thank you, Twitter. I love you too. Instagram at Kimmy Talks Wrestling. And if you want to see me work WrestleMania week, you can tune into the East Coast Autographs Facebook page because tomorrow I will be working with Brooke Adams and Taryn Terrell starting at 6 p.m. So make sure to ask some questions, get some stuff signed, and so much more. And then on Friday at 7, I'm working with the one and only Chavo Guerrero.
Oh, ask him about Pepe. This is my dad's favorite angle in WCW. Pepe, ask him about it.
I shall, because I get some time with just me, him, and my two bosses. So make sure to check that out.
And he has a craft beer, too.
So check out East Coast Autograph Auctions. And, of course, to check out my WrestleMania predictions with Bill's best friend, Kyle Masters, make sure to tune out my video Friday morning at 10 a.m. And, yes, Kyle came out of WWE retirement just for me. What a nice guy he is.
Thanks for asking me.
I knew I was doing this with you.
All right.
Plug your own stuff, brother.
I forgot about
No one
Pepe.
cares.
That was up there with like Moppy. I completely forgot.
No one
about
cares
Pepe.
about me. But
First
you guys
off,
know the deal.
Pepe was pre-Moppy.
Yes, I know. And by the way, Bill, I did like your. I don't know if that was Ace Ventura. About to
I
get
thought
some
it
breath, or was that more of you will never forget the name of
Bodkin.
Number 2.
Was it? I was going Ace Ventura. Okay. Love it. Oh, that's never going away. That's a soundbite right there. But guys, thank you so much for taking the time. I know it's WrestleMania weekend. Everyone enjoy. Well, this isn't airing now, but everyone enjoy your night. Enjoy your WrestleMania week. The champ, the Vacc Attack, thanks for coming on. The champ is here. And like we always say here on the BCP, everyone, stay safe, stay positive, take care of each other. Enjoy Mania week, guys. We are out. Peace.
Bye.